I bought plenty of No Limit stuff. Yeah, this could be a FU BITO'S.
You're welcome, bro.
And you asking me to pick sides in the same state too, so I'm definitely gonna get marked up when I go there about one or the other.
What up, Couch Gang and Couch Potatoes? Welcome back to BITO'S Couch Potato Podcast. It's an honor and a pleasure to open this up, man, with the Couch Potato Podcast and having my man, Mr. Walking with a Jazz Walk, Mr. Picador. You're going to get what you're looking for, the underdog. And last but not least, the man who will give you a 10-piece. Simple man. But them lyrics is not simple, man. How we doing, my brother?
Good, dog. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. That's like a wrestler introduction. Bro.
You like that promo?
Yeah, bro. I like that. You definitely put that together. That's fine.
I had to do it right, man. I had to do it right.
Me, dog.
Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for coming. You're one of the fourth people I think I've had on this, and you're actually the first rapper I had, man. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming, dog.
Dope. Thank you. Appreciate you having me, man.
Yes, sir.
Is the connection good? I'm not freezing, right?
Nope, we're good, man. We're good. So, like, we just gonna hop right into things, man. So, it's like, tell the people a little about yourself, man. Let the people know what you do, where you from, how long you've been doing this, man. It's just an introduction. This is about you right now, too. You know what I'm saying? I want to highlight you and what you do.
Okay. Yeah, man, I grew up in South Georgia, small town, and, always liked hip-hop since I was little, man. Always been drawn to it, and, loved the writing and rhyming aspect of it, man, and just fell in love with it. And, it was probably a rebellious thing as a kid, too, because I feel like that's how a lot of people do kind of get into hip-hop, though. When you're younger, it speaks to that rebel in you that when you're young, you're like, I don't have to listen to this. You know what I mean? It, like, gives you that fire, that, push back against authority and your parents or whatever it may be. But, yeah, man, I've just always loved it. Always liked writing. Wrote a bunch of poetry when I was younger, things like that. And it was kind of an outlet for me. It was a way it gave me a voice, like everybody says that. It's kind of, you've heard, people's heard it through the years, but it's true. It does. It gives you a voice. You're able to kind of put your artwork out there, man. You can do whatever. You can write anything in a rap song. You can be an astronaut or whatever you want to write about, you can bring it to life on paper and, on a record. So, I was always drawn to it, man. I went from, I left school and, went to Georgia Southern College for about 2 years. Me and this other kid met, started making music together, started working the open mics, getting on the radios, freestyling, doing battles and shit. And, from there, we actually got in good with this dude that ran the karaoke in Statesboro, and I think it was every Thursday, it got to where we would show up and, we would have a song to do that wasn't part of, we'd bring our own shit in there. Like, I remember one time we brought the Pharaoh Monch and Mos Def, Oh No, that track in it, you know what I mean? Like, we tried to do all the current stuff that was going at the time, and it got to where we was doing, like, people was showing up to see us on Thursdays, what we was doing, and anyway, man, I kind of get long-winded when I talk about all this stuff. We ended up getting a record deal with an independent label, moving to Atlanta. We went through, like, 3 different labels up there. We lived I lived in Marietta and Austell for a little while, recorded in Atlanta, cut some demos, and, ended up, that group fell apart. And I've just been chasing it a while, dog. I could continue to tell you the whole background, but I've been through multiple different labels. I mean, sometimes it takes the long way, you know what I mean?
Right. And it's a journey, man. It sounds like throughout every artist's like path, it's a journey to like get to where they want to be, whether it's independent or going through the major labels. And like the grind always seems like it's, a 10-year plus grind before you start seeing the outcome of what you put in. You get what I mean? Does that feel that way based off what you're saying?
Okay. Oh yeah, it's been about double that for me, man. I've been chasing it for a while. I've also had, I really just did music for about 8 to 10 years of my life, and had labels that was paying for me a place to stay, or I was living in a studio and just. Am I freezing up, Beto, or you got?
No, you're Gucci. I got you. I hear you loud and clear. Everybody's listening.
All
We
right.
good. Yeah, we good.
All right. I can never tell. Sometimes over here to freeze, and I don't know. But yeah, man. So always continued to make music, even when I had grown up issues, kids, bills to pay, things like that.
Right.
Life happens too. So, but I've never stopped pursuing it, man. It's always been something that I've always felt like I'm gonna wind up doing in one form or another. You know.
Right. That's dope. That's dope. So I mean, you kind of covered a lot of ground in my first few questions that I had here. So it's kind of good that you had me segue into a few other ones. So the next question I have for you really is who was the first rapper that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna pick up the mic and I'm gonna rap? Like, what was that first instinct? Like for me, I didn't rap, but what got me into rap was Onyx. You know what I'm saying? Like I got into Onyx, rap through Onyx.
Oh man, bro, Onyx! I used to love that Slam video.
Yes, Slam. That's what it is. Yes, it is. Facts, man. That was my shit. Slam. Bro. Yes, sir. Let the boys be boys.
Onyx and DOS Effects was crazy
to
me too when I was little. But one of the first rappers I ever saw, the first rappers I ever saw were the Beastie Boys when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And I saw the Fight for Your Right to Party video and loved it. And then a few years later, I got introduced to Snoop Dogg. I think it was Doggy Style where it was a cassette where he had the cartoon dogs.
Okay, yep, that's Doggy Style. Yes, sir, that's Doggy Style. Remember. That's the intro. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I was little and saw that, and it folded out the booklet, and I was like, this is crazy. This is a cartoon. I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old. And I was like, this is wild. And I love Snoop's voice, man. His voice was
not smooth, man. Hell yeah.
Bro, Snoop it just captivated you, dog. It's like, what is it? It's like he felt like he was casting a spell on you when he was rapping, bro. Because he just had you locked in. It was just so smooth, bro. So I describe the early rap and the 90s and all that stuff. It felt like you were watching superheroes almost, because they had their own signature way of doing shit.
Yes, sir.
And so
everything was original
in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s. Yeah, exactly. And when you went and bought an album, or you flipped it over to see who the features were, you'd be like, oh my God, he's got a song with this guy. Oh, It's like they was joining forces or something. Now to look at it, they're like cross promoting, they're sharing fan bases. It might be I know E40, he reached out from the West Coast and did some shit with some East Coast guys back then, which I didn't. It's crazy now that I've gotten older. I went back and looked, and I knew a lot of the rappers, but there's some of them that I didn't even realize I was listening to back then. You know what I mean?
Facts. Hell yeah, I always go through that.
Yeah. And I find them, I'd be like, damn, that was him. Okay, I always liked that verse. I didn't realize that was who that was.
Hell yeah, that's always fire about going back. Absolutely.
So I kind of got off the subject, man. I would say, the first ones I saw was Beasties and then Snoop Dogg. But I'd say the ones that really made me want to do it, I know Bone Thugs was real big for me, and Outkast in the late 90s, early 2000s was really massive for me, man. I don't know, it's like they wasn't scared to push the envelope. And I know it was groups before them, because I went back and did my homework on the Diggable Planets and
Cool Like That was my song from Diggable Planets. That's my jam right there.
And the dudes Far Side, I see where Outkast got all their influence. I see where all that came from, and but for me it was them. They were big. They've been big on me or for me this whole way, because I don't know, man, I'm from Georgia, so I kind of linked on to that. And when they did the Rosa Parks thing and put the harmonic in the breakdown, I just thought that beat was so crazy.
Yeah, that beat was fire and so different and unique.
Just man. Man, and they was like giving it a sound, bro. And I mean, I got to give Bubba Sparks his credit, man. Bubba lit it up for
Hell
a long
yeah.
time,
Going
man.
like
Bubba
5
did
years.
something. Man, Bubba did something that I was dreaming about doing, man. Bubba got on there with Timbaland.
Yes, sir.
Bubba was bubbling at the same time with Eminem. I mean, there was a time when both their names were said in the same sentence. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Bubba was a big influence of mine too, man. I always give Bubba his props, man. Anybody that got anything slick to say about Bubba now, they just a hater of hip hop because this man came through and he put a stamp on it for a minute, you know.
With that ugly song, Miss Booty, like that album and that run that he had was definitely fire, dog. And I love that you bring up a lot of these groups that I actually was going to compare and ask you, like, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get to that a little later. I have this little segment called A&W, it's Answering Why. So later down the line, we're going to ask you about these artists that you recommended and stuff. But I love that you have the like historic knowledge as an artist. And I feel like a lot of rappers these days, independent or major, just disregard the history of rap. And I see that in your music, you know what I'm saying? I see that in the lyrics that you put in, you know what I'm saying? You make a lot of references and stuff like that. So me as a person who's a fan of your music, I appreciate hearing that in your lyrics when you go back and you go through the nostalgic part of rap, especially the golden era of rap. That's always fire.
Thank you, man. I'd be foolish not to mention Field Mob as well with that. I know I brought them up, and you saying that reminded me because I was thinking about some of the verses where I say things about the rappers. Yep. Field Mob was.
I remember that verse too.
I feel like this, Beto. I feel like this, dog. It's. I'm gonna always be cocky. Rappers are. We're gonna be cocky and say that we're the best or greatest or whatever.
As you can
always do that. You can always. Everybody can always do that. Everybody's entitled to think they're the best. But if you're so blind that you think, even if you're currently a hot country rapper or whatever you are currently hot doing rap-wise, if you think that you are better than some of these guys that came before you that was totally smashing it and inventing this shit and paving the way for all these crazy styles and shit you hear right now, then you're lost, man. If you can't see that, if you didn't see that or you weren't around to see that, go back and listen to some of this shit. It's still fire as fuck.
Facts. And that's needed in hip hop. That is needed in hip hop for sure.
Oh yeah.
Now you said earlier too, I think you had mentioned that you had got your first cassette tape too. Now was it with the parental advisory sticker, or what was that first cassette tape that you had bought that was the explicit content sticker?
The Snoop Dogg cassette tape that I listened to back then was actually my grandmother used to have an apartment built on to her house, a little small like storage thing. All right, I'm getting into some shit, but this is how I ended up finding this girl who was a family friend or whatever, older. She was like senior in high school. I'm like 8 or 9 years old at this time. She stayed there. Whenever my grandmother would need her, she would like watch us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now looking back, I know she was over there chiefing and shit. I know her apartment smelled. You know what I mean? Like I always knew. I was like, this apartment smelled like some kind of weird ass
different fragrance.
So she had the cassette, and she had let me listen to it over there. So it wasn't like mine at that age.
Okay.
I remember listening to it. Now looking back, you know, my grandmother's dead. God rest her soul. She's probably like, I'm gonna kill her when I see her. Now that she heard that. But yeah.
My bad. I got these little cats acting up. My fault, dog. They was about to knock something down.
You good? Hey man, talking about cats, my cat drug in a full-size dead bird today, bro.
I seen that on your story too. That was crazy. I was like, oh, they're vicious. I was gonna bring that up too.
Hey, bro, this cat came in the other night. All right, so I hear my daughter in the living room yelling, right? And I was like, you know, she gets loud and stuff playing around, but I was like, that don't sound like a normal yell. So I went out there and looked. She's standing in the corner of the couch looking up at the ceiling. So I was like, what are you doing? She said, get it or something like that. And I look over. Bro, it's a flying squirrel. One of those little squirrels.
Yeah, with the wings and shit?
Yeah, bro, it's a flying squirrel. So it's in my house on the top of my curtain rod up there. Curtains, we got some long curtains in the living room.
Right.
So I was like, damn, what am I going to do about this shit? How am I going to catch it?
Grab the cat.
The first thing that crossed my mind was go get this. I got a net outside, big pool net. So I was like, I'm going to go get this and catch him. So I'm looking, and the cat's at the bottom of the curtains watching it. So I'm like, all right, so I was like, let me get Reese out of here. So I got her out. So I was like, all right, let me go get this pool net. I ain't even got Reese off the couch. This cat jumped up, climbed the curtains, grabbed the squirrel. The squirrel jumped down. It was like some pay-per-view wrestling. Slammed
the shit out of it.
The squirrel's running crazy under the couch. The cat's right behind it. It was like some Tom and Jerry shit. And then the squirrel runs under this. Anyway, I ended up opening the door and taking a broom and like hockeying the squirrel out the door on the way by, and the cat goes straight out in the yard after it. So I don't know, R.I.P. squirrel.
Praise to it. You know, that's hilarious, man. Cats are incredible creatures like that, man. And live where you live at too in the wildlife, dog. I bet you see some crazy shit. I bet you see some crazy shit out there as far as the wildlife. I mean, a flying squirrel.
Well, here's the thing, dog. Well, yeah, here's the thing, bro. And also, I looked it up because I was like, I know that was a flying squirrel. I know what I saw. So I Googled it because I hadn't seen them in so long, and I've seen regular squirrels, but I was like, are there flying squirrels in Georgia? And they said, yeah, they're all over Georgia and Florida, but you don't never see them. How the hell this cat caught it? I don't know. But, yeah, dog, our cat will bring in, like, rats too, bro.
Oh,
like
man.
Big ass rat. And you never see them, you know what I mean, unless they're in your house doing something or chewing something up. But she goes out. I mean, it don't really bother me. Of course, you know, you come in and see a decapitated rat on your kitchen floor, you're like, great, I gotta, you know,
gotta clean it up, clean the mess.
Yeah. But I look at it like that animal's earning his keep, man.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Cats are one of the best things, dog. Listen, I got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But shit, man, my next question is, man, so I see that you had your first album in 2011, right? But when did you, like, officially say that you started, like, rapping? Like, what year did you start rapping? Like, do you remember, like your first written song?
Like 10 years. My first rap I ever wrote was in, like, in the 90s, I wrote a rap for the DARE program.
Oh, wow.
The drug-free program.
Yeah, I remember DARE. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had me and 3 of my homeboys in it, and I wrote everybody's verse, and I wrote the hook, and we all performed it. You had to do little stupid shit like that. It was like in 5th grade. And that was one of the first raps I ever wrote. But the first rap I ever recorded, I think, was in 2000 or 2001. Okay. And yeah, so it's funny now when I look at that, like my album I loaded was in 2011, but I remember recording the first demo song I ever did. They recorded on a reel-to-reel and then burning it down in the system and or got it copied. They didn't even have CD burners back then, I don't think, and they copied it to a Maxell cassette tape. Yep. And that was my first demo. That was in, I think, 2000. And I remember they had a guy in there with a drum pad. It had, back then you used to buy those singles, the CD singles. So they did have CDs then, but he gave it to me on a cassette tape. I don't remember why. But they used to have the CD singles, and they would have the beat, the instrumental off of that. And I think I did 2 tracks to instrumentals, and I had one instrumental that the DJ had put like a watermark in it, or they had messed the beat up somehow, so you couldn't duplicate it. And I brought it in there, and the guy was like, I want to rap over this too. And the dude was like, over that noise you making, over the thing, over the watermark or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I just wanted to rap. And he was like, no, man, that's going to mess your whole song up. And I was like, all right, well, what do you suggest? And this dude was like, I'll make you a beat, man. And I was like, well, how much is that going to cost me? Because at that time, I barely, $100 was a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he was like, I'll do it for you for $50. So I got like everything pressed up and done, or whatever you want to call it. I got to record, and he made a beat, and I got everything for like $250, and I thought that was a great deal back then because studio time was crazy, and the dude tapped out a beat, and me and my boy was in there, and we both thought that beat was hard as hell, dog. It was a really good track for back then. Now, now if you listen to it, it's like boom bap with a little bit of chimes and a cymbal in it. It wasn't shit. It wasn't shit to make, but I couldn't make it. And back then, I was like, this shit. Oh God.
Now the question is, do you still have that out? Do you still have the tape now? Do you still have it now?
I've got it somewhere. I've got it transferred to I transferred it to a CD through the years.
Okay.
Man, I got it somewhere, dog.
I might have to hear that, dog.
Oh man, it's like not good. It's terrible. But people still hit me up and tell me that they've got some of that. Like man, when I took that back around my hometown, I grew up in a small hometown, man, and even though this was in the 90s going into the 2000 era, there was a lot of people still didn't listen to hip hop. It didn't explode as, you know what I mean? Like everybody was still stuck in rock and roll and shit like that. And when I took a rap song down there and played it, and people's like, how the hell did you know you could do that? Like, how'd you know you could do that? And I was like, I've always known I could rhyme on beat. I've just never really wrote anything and done it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was weird because I did always feel like I knew I could do it. I didn't always feel like, I was going to be, I didn't never really come into it thinking like I'm the greatest. I'm going to be the greatest rapper in the world. I don't know if anybody starts rapping and thinks they're going to be the greatest. There could be some rare talents out there that they just take to it naturally. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I feel like you gotta put in work, bro. You gotta grind, and you gotta you gotta find your own voice. There's a number of things you have to do to get good at rapping and working in the studio and all that shit.
It's not just hopping in and just being like, all right, I'm gonna hop on this beat, say some words, and then boom, we just gonna push it out. And I feel like there was an era of that for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Say that again.
I feel like
what now?
I feel like there was a little bit of an era where I feel like people
would
just.
What'd you say, Bito?
I was feeling like when people hop on like tracks, like there was an era where people would just hop on tracks and just say anything, you know what I'm saying, and not put in like the effort or the work to like put in their rhymes. Did you catch that? Hold up. You hear me now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, man. I've in the beginning. Yeah. Am I freezing or can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I think it did freeze for a second.
Vito, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
You kind of broke up. You kind of broke up for a minute, but I could hear you.
Okay.
But man, I started to hate on all the new, like whenever rappers started hitting the beat kind of not in a pocket and doing almost talk rap stuff in the beginning. I was like, man, I don't like that, man. Everybody needs to be in the pocket. Everybody needs to ride the beat.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've kind of come around to listening to it, and I'm like, I kind of like this. I see how
it grows on you.
Switched it up and said, they kind of just, they kind of just said, I'm so dope, I can do whatever I want. I don't have to be in no pocket or nothing,
Yeah. Now, I had another question going into your first songs here, if you can hear me. Every rapper, I feel like, when they come out with their name and we know them as we know them, like your name is Cymple Man, right? Did you have a name before Cymple Man? Did you have a beginning MC name, and what was it?
I had this idea that... and I don't know, man. You got to think about the 90s rappers like Busta Rhymes and Redman, and even Eminem was buzzing back then and coming out. Everybody had wild names, bro. Like a lot of them did. And I thought I was gonna I thought I was gonna go by Cymple Simon for a little while, but the
Uh-huh.
second with Simon spelled Cyman, and I think I called myself that for about 9 months or so. And after my buddies started calling me that, and I started hearing it back, I was like, nah. This ain't the move, man. This is not gonna
It don't
happen
ring.
right now.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, man, no, hell no. So,
Oh,
but then
man.
actually, I dropped the Simon part off
Uh-huh.
altogether, and I just went by Cymple for like 10 or 12 years, and then I felt
Just
like
simple, straight up.
I wanted to. Yeah, just Cymple. I just went by
Okay,
Cymple straight
okay.
up, which is basic anymore. A lot of people just call me that anyway.
Right, I was about to
But
say it just flips anyway. Yeah.
after I felt like putting a Simple Man on there to kind of reflect like the common. I feel like I represent the common people that are trying to chase dreams and juggle everyday
Mm,
life, and you know what I mean.
yeah.
Like you, for instance, you have a dream that you want to do with this YouTube thing right now, man. So you're the average person, just like I am. We all trying to work for something when we can. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? That's kind of what my rap name means now.
And that's dope that you say that because I feel like that's exactly what your music represents. And I was gonna like kind of ask you about that later on, but you kind of already answered the question. So that's fire. That like that's like your target um purpose in like the music that you're putting out and like your stance and like your motto. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fire. I find that dope to believe. You know what I'm saying?
I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, man,
Thank you.
for real,
Thank you, dog.
absolutely, absolutely. And that goes into like with you saying that, and that's a good segue. Is like being an independent artist, man. Like it seems like there's obstacles and like adversity that people face while going through this. Like, what was like the toughest obstacle, or what was the things that you have faced while like grinding in this and getting to where you wanted to get at? And do you feel like do you feel like there's still more that you want to accomplish in this game, and like where do you want to see yourself? You know what I'm saying, in the industry or, as an independent artist in the next 5 years.
Man, to watch, and I won't. I'm not comparing myself to this guy, so nobody can. Don't take this and say, oh, he thinks he's this guy, because I'm not. I'm me. I'm what I can do. But watching what Jelly Roll is doing right now is
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Do I think I could go sing like he could? Nah. Do I think I could write like he could? Possibly so, depending on how different. You know, I'm not gonna say what. Let me pick my words carefully here, because people like to say things about shit that comes out of your mouth.
And you know how the
What I
internet
mean
is.
is like watching how. Yeah, man, and people like to fucking talk shit. But watching how this man went after a dream for so long, finally got the recognition that we all knew, all of us who have, and I say we all, meaning me, the common Jelly Roll fan that has known how incredible this guy's been with a pen for
Mm-hmm.
years and years. Everybody knew that. If anybody didn't know that, they was hating or just full of shit or a terrible judge of music, because the guy's always been able to write. And I hope that I can have a similar story. I don't have to do it to the scale he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, if I'm able to and the Lord blesses me with that, then that would be incredible. But I would love to be able to work with the versatile range of artists that he does. He does a song with Machine Gun Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
then does a song with Brandon Lake that's like a gospel song, does songs with Lainey Wilson, who's a country singer. And I think I could do something similar to that. I may not be singing on everything like he does,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some harmony type of stuff I can do with my raps and couple hooks and things like that. I do some harmony stuff in, and I really think if I got in the studio with some of these professional engineers and things, these guys that have been doing it for years and years,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never done anything with any vocal coaching or anything. If I could get in there with some of these people and they could tell me, hey, this is where we want you to go on this particular record, you know what I mean, and kind of help me dial this shit in, then I do really feel like the sky's the limit, man. I don't think I'm being cocky with that. I think that I've been writing and recording for a very long time, and I do really feel like, thank God, I do feel like the Lord has blessed me. There's a reason why me and Target and Breadwin and Dirty and Jeff and Corey and these people at TrailerMade, Dolph and Crowney, there's a reason.
Shout out TrailerMade.
We all ended up finding each other. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like that was mistake. I don't feel like anything that goes on is mistake. I personally think that I have in my life manifested some things that came to pass for me just by staying focused and working hard on goals, man. I really do, and I think there's a lot of power in that. And people say that, but I don't think a lot of people really believe that. But it's true. You can manifest things. You work hard on them.
Yes, sir.
And you keep pushing. And anyway, like what I'm getting at, I get off on these tangents, bro. I really feel like, what did you ask initially? I want to answer it the way you asked it. What'd you ask?
Let me go back because where do you see, like, you know, because you answered most of it. So where do you see, like, you know, your career in 5 years, and where do you want to be with your career in 5 years, and like how do you want to, you know, shape it musically?
I'll answer it, sum it up like this. I have huge dreams, man, that don't just involve music. I have huge dreams involving like being able to be an actor and some stuff and things like that. Okay. And I don't think that any of that's unattainable. I think that you can get anything you really work hard to and put your mind to in this lifetime.
Absolutely.
Is it going to happen for me? I don't know. Is it going to happen for me? I don't know. Is it going to happen for any of us? I don't know. We don't know if we're given tomorrow, so there's nothing we know here. But I know that I'm going to keep working hard for it, and I'm going to always put my best foot forward in everything I do. And I appreciate every person that's coming out now and showing us support. You, the reactors, all the fans and things that are in here. There's a lot of people, and I don't want to start saying names because I don't want to leave anybody out. But you guys know who you are, and we greatly appreciate every one of you for helping us move forward.
That's dope. That's dope, man. I think the way you guys are moving, and that goes for you and the rest of TrailerMade, which I call you guys Trailer Woo, because, you know, you guys just keep expanding and having dope MCs and dope artists on the label, man. So big respect to that. And once again, it just goes to show, you know, your grind. It goes to show your dedication and, like, you know, the respect to the craft and everything. And, you know, great things are going to come from that. You know what I'm saying? Great things are going to definitely come from that. You know what I mean? You got a good fan base going on. You guys are impacting social media, man. You guys are going in and connecting with reactors, man. And you guys are dudes, most importantly, you guys are dudes that people can resonate with. And I think in music, fans want to connect with the artists and resonate with what they're saying and what they're talking about. So everything that you had just spoke about, people literally live that every single day. So that's dope. And tying into your name, once again, Cymple Man, it's like the average man, the common folk, you know, saying people like myself and people out there that's just doing what I'm doing and what you're doing independently and just building it from the ground up. Like, I think you guys represent that through everything you guys do. So I think that shit's fire as hell.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's funny because I had these questions, man, and like the way you answer them, that's why I don't even mind that you get into like the long, what you call ranting on, because I'm like, you covering a lot of bases, man, because once again, like, that's what the couch is for, dog, you know what I'm saying? We here to just politic and chop it up. So
bro, I just got off the phone with Breadwin earlier, and man, I would just talk, bro. I started telling him about me working on the washing machine today. I'm calling him, I'm talking to him about that, and I got done. I was like, bro, I know you were worried about my washing machine, and I was like, man, you know me, dog. I'm gonna talk. And he was like, I said, I don't know what that is. I said, I don't know why I do that, man. I think it's because I live out here by myself, and so when I get y'all on the phone, I want to tell you about everything I got going on. And Brevin was like, nah. He's like, I think it's just you Georgia motherfuckers. He's like, because a lot of y'all's the same way. Once y'all start talking about it, y'all want to talk all day. Yeah. Bro, my dad and my grandfather were kind of like that too, man. So I get it, honest, man. They like to talk, man. They're people's people. You know what I mean? They like to cut up and joke and all that shit. So yeah.
And it reflects off you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. I mean, me and you done chopped it up, you know, for a while now at this point, too, man. And I'm glad once again that we're able to do this live and, like, really chop it up and shit, too, man. And it just started from, I believe, you know, going back. This is off brand a little bit, but this goes back to, I feel like I heard the song with you and the Sticks. I want to say it's Hell to Pay. I want to say it was that. I want to say it was that song.
Probably,
and then, like, just listening to that song, just going into, like your cadence and your flow, I was immediately being like, yo, there's something about this dude where, like, he has the voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me that listens to music, I'm like, people that impact you, they have a voice. You know what I'm saying? And you have that. You know what I'm saying? As a rapper and as an artist, you have that voice that can, like, really get people to listen. You get what I'm saying? And then you rap well. You know what I'm saying? Your bars ain't simple. You know what I'm saying? You may be simple, man, but your bars is not simple, brother. So, like, I really do fucks with that, man. For real. Yeah, man, no doubt. And, like, you know, my next question too is, man, like, you know, when you getting in the booth, because for me as a person who listens, I always want to know, like, what the process is as a rapper that goes into the studio and, like, before they start creating the music shit. Like, what's your creative process, like, while putting an album together or putting a song? Like, what do you want the audience to get out of your music? I think you touched on it a little bit while we've been talking, but, like, overall, like, when you get in there, do you have, like, a set, I don't know, storyline or a set thing that you want to do when you're getting into the booth and putting stuff together?
My process has changed through the years. I used to actually get out the pen and pad, which I do kind of miss doing, man. There was something about that where you sat down with the beat and you actually wrote out everything. You know, I still got time. I won't throw those notebooks away. I got like 15, 20 notebooks full of rhymes, you know.
Word.
And I won't throw them away, man. I love them. I like to look back. You know, anyway, how's my process now? I'm doing that Georgia talking shit. I sit down with the tracks, with going through beats and stuff, finding a beat and actually finding one that speaks to me, and then figuring out, all right, what am I going to do with this? Is this going to be a storytelling track? What is this going to be? Is this just going to be... Automatically all the time I want to default to rapper shit talk track. You know what I mean? Because that's the rap I love. I love the braggadocious. That's still going to always be great rap to me, bro. It's still some of my favorite songs are just when rappers are just killing a beat and just talking their shit. I love that.
Word.
You know, yeah, it don't have to be a concept track. Just stick a dope hook on there and you know, just talk your shit, man. I like that more than anything. But so that's where I want to go almost every time I start to write.
Right.
But matter of fact, here I can cross promote. I'll take a track like Little Green Army Men, which I might be releasing that video tomorrow.
Okay, that's dope. So, I'll be on that, man. That's a dope song. I love that song. That's off Underdog too, right?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, bro. That's one of my favorite songs I think I've made in the past 10 years. I just love that track because it's all of us, bro. That encapsulates, like you just said, like my rap name, that encapsulates the simple man, bro. That's us. We getting up. We the Little Green Army Men going to work, clocking in. That's us. But so that track, listening to that beat, I don't know. I just got that Little Green Army Man. I don't even know how those words came into my mind. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel like I was thinking about Little Green Army Man. Maybe my daughter watched Toy Story the night before or some shit. I don't know.
And Andy's coming.
Yeah, Andy's coming. So I just started thinking about Little Green Army Men and how we all got to clock in and go to work, man. And it's like, I don't know, I just made it into a metaphor about, you know, when you're little and you're playing with those toys in the yard, you're not thinking about, you know, your dad's been going to work all day. You just been at kindergarten or third grade and you get home and you just play with toys in the yard. You don't think about how much sacrifice they do for you to be able to do that.
Right. And then you feel into those shoes and you realize how real it is.
You kind of... Yeah, exactly. You kind of, it's like a cycle, man. It's like a cycle. Like I'm doing it right now, you know. So
And I'm so glad you said that because even when I heard that song, that's exactly what I felt from that song. But go ahead.
No, that's it. I don't really I just kind of get a concept, man, sometimes and just go with it. When working with Target too, man, a lot of the stuff that when he'll come up with some crazy things too, bro. He comes up with some awesome shit. He'll write some hooks that's
you guys' hook game is amazing, dude.
Oh man, he's incredible with it. But he'll write some. This is what I like. This is one of the things I like that he does. Like when the sun goes down in Georgia, take that track. Okay, that hook is fire.
Absolutely.
Hook is fire.
One of my favorites.
That song, it does feel like it is you kind of walking away from a bad version of yourself. But honestly, him and me did not discuss a concept for that song at all. We didn't talk about, this is what the hook means. This is what your verse means. I'm gonna do my verse like this. We didn't do that. We kind of wrote it open for interpretation, which is I like music that does that a lot of times because I might get something different than you get from that record. I might put myself in it. I might relate it to my story different. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he does. I ain't gonna say he does a lot that way, but he writes some hooks sometimes, and I'm like, bro, that's fire. I'm like, sometimes I ask him like, what does that mean? And he's like, it can mean this or it can mean however you want to, you know what I mean?
Leaves you with the riddle, you know what I'm saying? Leaves it open for interpretation, man. And that's fine that you bring up you guys' hooks because that's something that when I listen to you guys' music, that's something that always just stands out to me because once again, like I think the hooks always bridge the gaps between you guys' raps. And I think that just goes for any artist. So the fact that you guys know how to put hooks together is absolutely amazing. Like, for example, like the album that you guys just dropped, which I just found out was a compilation. I thought that was like another album. I was like, look at this guy going off. But I see that was a compilation.
Yeah.
The 10-piece. Yes. I just learned that was a compilation. But going into that, though, that song, Pride, the hook on that, Pride, got you acting like a dummy. Who wrote the hook to that? And if that was you, fire. But either way, like, that goes to show, like, how dope y'all hooks are, dog. Like, I like that hook a lot, Sam.
Hang on, give me 1 second right here.
Yeah.
Damo, I hope you're watching this motherfucking replay, you motherfucker. I hope you just heard that statement.
Yeah, dope.
Shouts out to Damo, man. That's my dog. But I think I wrote that because that was on the Higgs Field album. Man, I liked that hook and I liked that beat, but now when you hear it now, it feels like it kind of is dated a little bit, but that older type of shit is coming back popular too.
Nostalgic is always
open lane right now. Exactly, dog. It's an open lane right now, so I feel like you could drop some straight boom bap stuff right now. I mean, rappers they're taking boom bap sound and stuff and redoing it like that guy La Russell that's out there, bro, that's crushing it. He's fire. He's taking some boom bap shit. I think he took like a Kool Moe Dee record and redid it, and he's killing it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So the reason I did that the compilation album is because I had a lot of people messaging me saying, should I go back and listen? Bet, man. I'll just put 9 tracks on here. I ain't even got we can cut out all the guessing. Here's the ones I like, and here's a brand new one, you know? But that album's got some of my favorite ones on there. I thought Knock on Wood was a really good record, man. The one where
I did like that one too.
A little bit on that one. I thought that one was dope. I wanted me and Target to shoot a video to that. There's Backyard, the one me and Target did, the Cocaine one that's got JB on it.
Yep.
And it was just a fun little project to put together, man. I wanted to make sure I put some of my favorite ones on there for everybody.
Nah, you definitely put together a good compilation, which what I thought was a full album once again, but definitely was something. It was new to me. What was old to y'all was new to me, so I definitely appreciate the album. I've been riding around to it, you know what I'm saying, and it sounded good. Like for y'all to feel like it sounded dated. I was like, nah, this sounds good right now. But I like dated shit though. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a little bit, a
Right.
little bias to that. But I just like overall music in general too. Also going to my next thing here too. Now, coming from Maine, and I see that you was up north, you know what I'm saying, and being down south, and I know music and regions always matter in music, and I know you want to impact this game, on a heavy level. Now, do you feel like your music resonates up north as it does down south, and like how do you feel like you can combat that by putting out music that we would want to hear, quote unquote, up north, or like how do you feel for that? How do you get a feel for that, so to say? Because I know the north ain't really privy to the south music too much.
No, that's a good question, bro. I don't really know. I don't know how I'd be interpreted. Like, I'm sure there's people that are Wu-Tang fans out there right now that if they heard that Wu-Tang joint I put out, they'd be like, don't you ever fucking speak on Wu-Tang's name. Don't you ever do that again, you corny-ass country white boy. And I could completely get it. I'd be like, yeah, no, I was just fucking around. But
I like Wu-Tang, dog, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't really know how, I kind of feel like this, man. That question kind of reminds me of when people's asking me, like, do you care if people call you a country rapper or not? I don't give a shit. As long as they're talking about me, then it's fine. And I'm quite sure there's going to be plenty of people from up north, out west, hell, even right down here in the south that are not going to like what I do. And I'm completely okay with that. What's the JFK saying? You can't please everybody all the time, or you can only please half people half the time. Or so I don't know what he said, something like that. But it's true, man. I mean, I don't know how anyone would interpret what I do. I know I'm country as hell talking, bro. So I know a lot of times when people hear that, instantly there's a lot of stuff they start knocking.
They start knocking.
Points down,
But it's crazy. You be speaking some real shit in there, though, dog. That's what's crazy. Like, you be speaking some real shit. Like, just because the country slang and the country way you talk don't mean you talking.
Thank you.
You know
I'm gonna start
saying?
doing the TI thing. I'm expeditiously. T.I. came out. T.I. started his career. He was like, fuck that shit. They ain't gonna call me no dumb son of a mother. He started quoting the dictionary from the beginning. Expeditiously.
It is hilarious. I love T.I., man. I love T.I., man. Let me ask you a question too, going into T.I., man, because this goes into my A&W. Like, we gonna kind of flip back and forth and have a little fun here as well too, man. So let the audience know here, A&W, this is answering why. So I basically asked you about two different things, artists, subjects, whatever it is. In this case, it's gonna be T.I. or Ludacris, and why.
Man, that's tough, bro.
I love fucking people up with this.
Man, that's tough. Hey, listen. All right, I'm going to do my Georgia long-winded thing right now. I'm going to tell you this. When I was in Statesboro recording or doing these shows and stuff, I opened up for T.I. and Field Mob at this club. I knew who Field Mob was. I didn't know who T.I. was at the time. He had just dropped the I'm Serious record. We're in Statesboro. The shit was, I didn't hear, it was still kind of, I guess, an underground record at the time. I think he was with an independent label then. I don't remember, but I didn't know who he was. And then we got done. I was excited to see Field Mob. And then T.I. got up there, bro. And Field Mob was on stage with him. And they was hitting all his ad libs. They knew all his shit. So I was like, damn, this dude must be going crazy for them to be showing him this kind of love.
Right. King of the South.
Like, who is this dude? So then fast forward about, 4 months later, we had moved up there to stay with this CO of this label and start working on our first solo out, our first project. And I'm Serious was everywhere, all over the streets. It was playing everywhere. Everybody was playing that record. And I was like, fuck, man, I was that close to shaking hands with that dude. He might not have gave a shit, probably didn't, probably wouldn't. But it would have been cool to say, okay, I shook hands and actually got to meet T.I. But far as picking like between their music, man. Damn, bro, you gonna get me fucked up. I live in this state, dog. I live in this state, dog.
It's a setup to get the fight is fixed.
Yeah, man, that's really tough, bro. I love both of their music. I think T.I. has some classic records. If I had to give one of them an edge. Damn.
And it's funny because they both act too. They're both very good in their respective fields.
That's what I'm thinking, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I definitely liked. Man, I had both of all their albums and shit, man. I was a Ludacris guy.
Luda. Yeah, I was about to say I was a Ludacris guy, and I feel like
Luda. Man, I liked him. See, he was so different. Dog. Luda was like if Georgia had a Busta Rhymes of hip hop.
That's a great.
It would be Ludacris.
Okay.
Because
that's
not only the crazy stuff he did, but the videos he did, the Popeye. It was the babies, and
he had the mannerisms. He was like, "Get back! You don't know me like that." You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where you get that from too.
He was upside down in that one. I know he was paying tribute to the Far Side now, but I didn't realize.
Oh shit! What was that? Man, fuck!
Can't Keep Running Away. I think that was that song where they did it, where they had it upside down. Luda did the same thing.
Okay,
man, I would give Luda the edge only because I like stuff like that. I like outside of the box going. You know what I mean? Not being scared to do some wild shit.
Right.
Man, the way he came up, being Chris Lover DJ.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Like that's what I'm saying. Hey, like
Simple
that's to the point. Like that's manifesting. That's manifesting, bro. He believed in himself. He was like, if I get behind them doors, I'm gonna be a multi-platinum artist.
Yeah,
and he did. He made it happen. But T.I. I got love for both of them, man. I'll give Luda the edge in my personal preference, but it ain't by much, man.
Right. Because T.I. is the king of the South. You know what I'm saying? We will say T.I. is the king of the South, and that's after the Little Flip T.I. battle that they had, because I know you're familiar with that. So that's why I kind of had to ask it, because we know Ludacris is Ludacris, but T.I. is respectively the king of the South and is known as that, but Ludacris is like a cold second. But I think T.I. was more battle tested, and then we already know about Stomp and everything. So,
you know, T.I. Stomp that record. That was wild. They got him to do that. Young Buck, I think, did
Young Buck was doing the funny things.
Yeah. But you know, when Lil Flip, when Tip dissed him and all that, I don't know. I didn't follow how much went on with that. That was you know, I heard that could have got sideways.
It really would have left real quick. I was all in that beef.
But I never. You know, but I never quit listening to Lil Flip.
I bet with Lil Flip, dog.
But a lot of times, if a rapper that I really like don't like another rapper, I will just not listen to him because I like.
So you get caught up in that too. You get caught in that too. You get 50 in Ja Rules. You do that.
But I thought Lil Flip was dope, bro.
Hell yeah. It was a battle. It was a battle for the king of the South, man. You know what I'm saying? It was that battle for the king of the South, because before that, I think they was kind of neck and neck for a little bit. But then, like, it was like the magazine thing that was going on. Then they had some feature stuff that was going on. Then it was You Not From Cloverfield or whatever. It was a whole bunch of stuff between that Houston and Atlanta stuff. I watch a lot of beef DVDs, and I love hip hop beef. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I get real into that. You know what I'm saying, myself.
Yeah. Nowadays, man, hey, rappers out there, let me make a unanimous, not country rappers, real rappers out there. Hey, man, I love everything y'all do. Y'all have a wonderful career, bro. Don't send them boys in here, dog, because I don't know if I got enough guns for everybody. But I don't know if hey, bro, because these guys, these kids don't play, dog. Real.
Hell yeah. It's a young man's game when it comes to that part.
Dog, I'm not far from Jacksonville, Florida. Like this little stuff we did, this little country rap beef thing where everybody's talking this and that. That's rap beef.
Right, that's kiddie play. There's real street stuff. Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all, Y'all go ahead, man. Have a blessed life. You know
He's
what
like,
I
I'm
mean?
just rapping, dog. That's it. I'm just rapping.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's fire, man. That's fire. I'm about to mess your head up with another
It's
one,
crazy
man.
too, man.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Bro, it's crazy. It really is a very, like you just said, like I watch a lot of the rap beef stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it is wild how young these kids are going to
Whew.
war and taking people out, dog. It's
Yeah.
insane, bro.
But you know what's crazy though,
It's
man,
crazy.
is that we're a little older, but if you go back and look at everything, all the hip hop beef when all that stuff is like that, it's the same age. It's history just
Yeah.
repeating itself. You know
True.
what I'm saying? That's really what it is. We're just
True.
older and wiser now. We're just like, damn, that's still a cycle that's still in hip hop where like we don't keep things on wax because we understand how competitive it is, but it's also very street as well. You know what I'm saying? And when you kind of mix those ingredients together, it turns into what we continuously see time and time again in rap. And it's a sad thing to see, especially somebody who loves, great music from great artists. And we lost a lot of great artists that way, unfortunately.
I'm not. That's the saddest thing about it, bro. 14-year-old kids, bro, shooting each other,
Mm-hmm.
getting off the school bus, opening
Mm-hmm.
fire, dog. This
Yeah,
shit is
man.
not a game, man.
No, no.
It's not a game. It's
Hell no.
crazy.
Hell no. But I got another one for you, dog. And I hate to break this one to you, man. Because the A&Ws get real difficult over here. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a warm up. That was just a
Go ahead,
warm up
go
with
ahead.
it, man. You know what I'm saying? So
All right, all right, go
my
ahead,
next
big
one
dog.
for you, you know what I'm saying? Because you mentioned these. Well, you mentioned one of them earlier, but I got another person to throw in the mix. Now this is gonna be Paul Wall or Bubba Sparks.
See, I have to go with Bubba, but I won't take anything away from Paul Wall.
Okay.
But for me, being from Georgia here and seeing Bubba, it was it was dope as fuck to watch. I said it earlier, but it was crazy to see him. I think the ugly video, he had a UGA
Fire.
Georgia helmet in it. And that was the first time I ever saw the Bulldogs anything in a rap video. Maybe there was some that I missed here and there.
Right.
But I mean Bubba was it. Bubba had the country act. Like Bubba talked like me. I'm country as hell. So
Mm-hmm.
and then
I chose to rhyme. Rhyming chose me.
But there's not to keep playing politics with it, but it's true, man. You can't take nothing away from Paul Wall and them Texas boys because
I'm about to say Swisher House and everybody. Hell yeah.
They took hip hop for a little while, man. They took
Hell
it. They
yeah.
still,
Chop the Screw was
the
a thing.
stamp on it, man. Paul Wall, Mike Jones. I remember when people was hating on Mike Jones, and I used to even say a couple times, like he said the same thing 4 times, but guess what? That shit was riding.
Bumping, hell yeah.
That
Still
shit
tipping on fofos. Hell yeah, dog.
Slim Thugger.
Yeah, man.
I think Zero.
Chamillionaire in them. Yeah.
Millionaire was fired.
Yes, sir.
Millionaire was dope, man. I watched all that shit. Michael Watts, I think, was the guy that got the movement going. Him and DJ Screw and
Yep. You mentioned all the legends right now.
They were awesome, bro.
You know what's funny, man, is that. Go ahead.
No, I was talking. What's up?
No. I was gonna say, what's funny is that just goes back to like these regional things, man. Just me being up north and just like being so connected and knowing so much of y'all's music down there. I'm just like, why is it like the South get so much love? Like, you know what I'm saying? It goes back to like, 1995 Social Wars, like the South got something to say, and I'll always feel that way because the South don't really get a lot of respect. And I say that because it goes back to like, I feel like people always look at like the flossing or like, the candy paint. They focus on like the materialistic things of the rap versus like what they're actually saying and like the styles and the uniqueness of the flows. Like, excuse me, it's slowed down and everything, but like y'all are really rapping. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've learned a lot through just listening through a lot of, so to say, country rappers or rappers from South. Like, there's a really unique style and flow that y'all all have, and y'all do a lot of storytelling, and there's a lot of like come up stories from like y'all raps. There's a lot of like, I'm grinding from the mud. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think it's like you can do that about anywhere really. To me, like I think it's like the difference in, let's say, MOP in New York versus Nas. You know what I mean? Like I think there's rappers in Georgia that's like you could go with like Crime Mob or Lil Jon, and then you can go with T.I. or you know Outkast. It's whatever you prefer to hear. You know what I mean? Do you like the storytelling? But yeah, bro. I always talk about this group because I feel like they're one of the most under-celebrated lyrical geniuses to ever do it. And Field Mob, I think a lot of people did exactly what you just kind of said. They heard that twang in Field Mobs and some of the nasally because they kind of had some high pitch stuff, and they got turned on. I don't think they gave them. And I know they was nationwide, globally smashing it for a little while, but I feel like they were really, really underrated far as their lyrical ability. They were insanely good with the writing, and I don't think they're celebrated enough. But there's a ton of artists that that it's crazy who we latch on to and who kind of gets, you know what I mean? It's kind of wild to me. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just a preference thing. Like, there's some rappers that are highly popular now that I can't stand. You know what I mean? And it ain't because it ain't because like they're new age dudes or something. Because I like some people that do crazy off the. Yeah, it's just sometimes it's just like, wow, what is that? Why is this?
That's a fact.
You know, and I don't mean it. I don't even mean it as hate. I'm happy to see anybody win, but it's just a preference thing. I think at the end of the day, with all of it,
it's all subjective. At the end of the day, I think, you know what I'm saying. That's really what it is, you know. And I think the older we get too, it's like we know hip hop does evolve into a young man's game, but we also like to see the evolution of like our older artists. Or the OGs that have been around before us or for a while. Like, we like to see them come around because the music can still be made. You can still make good sound. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is at the end of the day. Now, I also ask you now, too, you know, going into that. Now, do you like performing or do you like being in the studio more? And I know stage presence is very important when rappers perform. And I feel like as somebody who watches you in the music videos and performs, like, you have mannerisms, you're very animated in everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you would like to perform more, or do you like being in the studio just creating the music?
Man, I love both of them, but if anybody that's been on stage in front of, you know, hundreds, it ain't even got to be thousands, hundreds of people that genuinely love your shit, like, that's one of the best feelings in the world, man. That is one of the best feelings in the world when you're up there and you got a crowd rocking with you,
captivating the crowd.
You know, people say, yeah, when people say like he's got the crowd in the palm of his hand, but sometimes you feel like that. You feel like I've got everybody right now, and this shit, we're going. You know what I mean? And it's not like a I'm better than you thing. It's a like, we all on the same team right now. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? And that's a great feeling. But I'll tell you what, bro. And this is a different thing. Me and Target were talking about this a while back. You know, the difference now is a lot of these artists, you get to do the internet buffering, loading a fan base for you before you get there. You get to put all this shit out. You get to show up, and you already have a song that streamed 1.3 million. So everybody's already waiting on that. Maybe they got to sit through your little shitty other songs, but they'll do it because they love that one, and they're going to be there, and they're not going to give you a hard time. Now, you get up there without that fucking internet and without them streams, and you start with them first 5 or 6 whack-ass songs, you ain't gonna make it to your one that hits. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get that grace. So we're from the era where it didn't matter what's your name? Here's a mic. Do your shit.
Right.
Make them like you. Oh, they don't like you? Okay, sorry. Try next time.
That shit better be dope.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, what's that? You just reminded me of that shit on Eminem. He's like, go home and write till something suspenseful hits
The
you.
battle of 8 miles.
Home with you. Yeah, that's how that shit felt back then, man.
Yeah, man. The pressure was real.
That stage gets lonely. Yeah, that stage gets lonely and cold when nobody give a shit about what you're doing.
You're like, oh, I guess I gotta get through these 5 minutes and shit. Like,
yeah. Y'all like tap dancing? Y'all like tap dancing? Yeah, bro. Hey, if you never had to suffer through that shit, then I don't think you really appreciate. Like, some of these people don't realize they're like spoiled ass kids, man.
Mhm.
They get a record that goes. And then they come out there. I guess maybe it's jealousy. Maybe I'm jealous that they didn't have to cut their teeth like we did.
Right. It's like you get that instant success, and it's like you didn't know what the work that we had to put in, the blood, sweat, and tears, motherfucker. It's like, goddamn.
Yeah. We used to have to do karaoke for 7 people.
Right.
7 people.
We got food.
You ever done that?
He was ever in the back of the fucking parking lot at the concert, like, yo, listen to my demo tape and shit.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
they hit me in the head with a Reebok. On stage. You ever had a Reebok hit your head?
Oh man, speaking of, what was, if you ever experienced this? If you ever experienced this, dog, like, have you ever felt like you bombed the performance, or did you ever feel like you didn't like capture that crowd? Like, did you ever experience that, and what did that feel like?
Man, I'll tell you a story, bro, and it wasn't there was a show. There was a place in Marietta, Georgia. I don't know if it's still there or not. It was called the Red Train. I was talking to Ritz about this years and years ago when he was opening up for rehab. He had asked. We were talking about getting up there and getting booed. That's just something that happens to rappers. He had a hilarious ass story. He had an even funnier story to me. But we got up there. Me and this other cat that I used to do music with, we got up there and we won that shit our first 2 times in a row. And apparently this is like a tough place to win at, you know what I mean? Like, it's a competition. It's a gong show. They got a big gong up there.
Oh, shit. So if it's whack, it's like bing.
If it's whack, you get bang.
Oh, shit.
And so we had won 2 weeks in a row, and we went in there, and this was like a title type of thing. We was going to be the monthly winner. And we went in there kind of cocky and shit. And, man, it was one of the Atlanta Hawks basketball player. It wasn't, I can't remember who it was. He was a guest judge, man. And I always say the wrong person. I always say it was Jason Terry, but it wasn't him. And my homeboy, when I tell this story, he always corrects me, and I can't remember who it was. But it was one of the Hawks basketball players that was up there. I don't even know if Jason Terry played for the Hawks. I don't remember.
He did.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. See, this that Georgia talk. I'm just going through all the details and shit.
You know, I got country family members, so I'm used to it. I'm used to it. You good. So we get up there on our valiant return. We back. The white boys is back. They think let's go. And we get up there, man, and my boy starts singing, and man, he was not hitting the notes, dog. I ain't gonna blame him, but he was not hitting the notes. It was like, well, and I was like, oh my God, I'm standing up there with the mic, like, fucking what the? And so my verse was the second verse, and I used to be able to kind of get the crowd into it. I had some little riding the beat shit I did. Yeah, you had to follow up.
And yeah, at the time, I think Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' song was popular, so I had a part in there where I kind of threw something like that in it. And anyway, it never made it to my verse, man. The basketball player got up and he gonged the shit out of us. And man, I remember that just crushed me, dog. And there was some people on the other side that started laughing and throwing napkins at my boy singing.
Damn.
Fuck, man, we getting out of here, dog. Like, just give me my food to go. Give me my food to go.
I didn't want to stay to see and look at this. Walk and shame it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was crazy, man. Yeah.
That's funny.
Dude, listen. when you start out, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't start being the greatest rappers in the world. You got to just get up there and try things. You might record an awesome song, man. If you can't get up there and really, like, sell yourself to people and really do that shit, make people feel it, it's just going to be another song in a hard drive somewhere.
Right.
Maybe now you can go viral with it, but a lot of times you got to get out here and put the footwork in. So, yeah, man, you have to get up there and you have to have bad shows. I think, you know, it's just like anything in life. You have to have the bad in order to appreciate the good. You have to have the bad shows to appreciate the really good ones.
Man, that's tough, man. I couldn't go through that pressure myself as being a rapper. So I always commend, and once again, I always say I respect the craft because I know all that gets put into it. You know what I'm saying? Because you eventually got to perform it. You got to deal with the pressures of like, oh, this song might not hit, or 5 people might listen to it, and you might think it's a banger. Like all those things that go on. So the fact that you guys put that work in, dog, I gotta respect it as somebody who's a consumer and just listens. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta respect that.
I appreciate that. My song, Rescue Me, man, we didn't do a whole lot for that video, but I put so much into the writing of that song. I felt like, I was like, man, this is like therapeutic self-help music. This is one of the best, strongest songs I've ever released. And it did nothing on YouTube. It's gotten like, I think it barely broke 20,000 on YouTube, which is, you know, 5 or 6 years ago, I would have been ecstatic to do that. But now it's like you gotta keep moving up. You know what I mean?
And so, what have you done for me lately, industry, man? You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is for sure. That's absolutely what it is. Now, my next question leading into all of that too, man, which is funny. I love these segues, dog. I love how it works out, man. Thank you for helping me out with this. But but being independent, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you are independent, correct? Yeah, so being independent, and I feel like most artists, they love being independent, but also want to be on a major label or mainstream because of what I think you had mentioned earlier, like you get production, you get different connections, different resources and everything. But do you feel like you would like to be independent because I feel like you have more creative control over your work and your art? Like, which one would you rather prefer, given the fact that you stepped in certain doors and you've seen major label, you know, stuff, and then you've also worked independent and grinded for so long? Like, what would you prefer at the end of it, independent or major label?
My entire career has really been me, or whatever you want to call it, a career, a hobby, whatever it is. My entire music journey has been independent. Even when I was working with the labels I was with, those were independent labels.
Okay.
But I think that a major would have some stuff to offer. And man, look, everybody's so hung up on this narrative of if you sign to a major, you sell your soul.
Selling your soul in the Illuminati.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely bad deals that you can go get with a major right now.
Yeah.
But if you come to a major as a label and you have resources,
you have your ducks in a row,
have a brand that's moving, yeah, you have everything together. There's plenty that a major label can. What the fuck you mean? Like, even the promoting alone and the social media stuff alone is like worth being with a major. I don't want to do. I mean, I enjoy doing the stuff I do on my own, things like this, but I can still do this. Right. Somebody else can handle the promo of all the physical things and the actual music. I mean, there's a lot of stuff a major can help you do. Booking the shows, collecting the money, helping the burn. I don't mean like reaching, but yeah, helping you with the finances. I don't mean like taking the money from you or nothing, but helping all the business side of it, man. I don't know. I wouldn't mind continuing to stay independent. Hopefully we're massively successful with it and can continue to do it all on our own. I have no problem going that route with Trailer Made. Because there's some really, really great people over there. And they're my brothers, man, and sister, and they're good people. So, do I want to stay independent? Yeah, we can stay independent, or we can sign underneath as a subsidiary to other. Like, I don't think people realize how many artists maintain their creative control and things like that, because they have a product that's working, but
Right.
then they sign underneath someone like Sony who's going to help them take on all the mundane chores and things like that they have to
Mm-hmm.
do. So, if there's something like that comes across and makes sense, I'm sure we'll deal with it accordingly. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 And that's dope. That's dope. I mean, I think, for the most part, as a person who's a consumer of the music, I'm always like, I get worrisome of people signing to a major label or being under a major label, because I feel like once the product changes, you get what I'm saying? It feels like the product changes. Like, you get the promotion, the resources, but it feels like, your hardcore fans or your loyal fans, like, always feels like the product changes. And like, do you ever fear that or are worried about something like that if you was across that? Because sometimes that does happen, or you might get shelled, like not you, but people get shelled and like things happen like that. So like, that's why I kind of asked that question as well too.
It's like this with me in my situation right now. I got a lot of promoting and selling myself to do before
Mm-hmm.
I even have to worry about that point. You know what I mean?
Right,
I have
right.
to continue to push this brand, push Trailer Made. We have to make a movement out here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you guys know it, and we're grateful for that. Hopefully, by this time next year, 20 times as many reactors are getting a hold of everything we do. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
100 times as many fans are liking and commenting on, not 100, that's a big number, but still more and more. We have to continue to push, man. And like you just said earlier, everybody's it's a what have you done for me lately type of thing now. YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
all this socials, got to stay active, got to keep promoting. I put out 10-piece just a minute ago, a couple weeks ago,
Right.
to have something to continue to show everyone that's here now. And I'm in the process of trying to wrap up a new EP right now. Then that means I'm going to have to get down there and shoot with Bredwin, come back, get those
Mm-hmm.
videos, promo them, get them out. It's a never ending, man. People just don't know
Oh, your grind
how
is
much
strong.
goes into how much getting everything done means, dog. And you take away from your family and work. I know people hear us preach about it and talk about it, but everybody like, yeah, but all you're doing is recording and putting shit out. No,
It's
not really.
deeper
If you
than
care
that.
about it, bro,
Yeah.
you putting a lot into it. You putting a lot of effort
Mm-hmm.
in, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people ain't willing to do that, man.
Word. Word. They like the shortcuts, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's what I like watching with you guys. Like, you guys aren't taking shortcuts with what you guys are doing whatsoever. And just, the impact on your guys' music and like social media and you guys building a following and stuff like that. It seems like you guys are professionals at that, even though like we talked offline, but we're all still very new to this shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, what else are you guys doing to push you guys' brand on like, the social media, and like what's helping you guys push that music more? You know what I
Well,
mean?
what's help? I'll tell you what, dog. Since this stuff happened with this shit, if we want to call it that, I don't
Mm-hmm.
really honestly feel like giving all that shit any more energy. I think the shit's kind of gotten whacked out and fucking stupid over there with some of the shit that goes on with this shit.
Too many
But
internet games.
I'm thankful that went. Yeah, I'm thankful that went on, because I got to see a lot of a lot of people's true colors, and I also had some people step up and and be like, hey man, I like the fact that y'all finally had enough of this shit and wasn't scared to put your foot down. And a lot of people have started helping us move, man. And Adam's one of them, man. And I can't say enough good about what Adam Calhoun's done for us,
Mm-hmm.
man. Justin Times putting us on the Redneck Rave this year and helping us
Okay.
get out there like that. And Shaka, FJ Outlaw. There's people that's in our corner, man. That's like that's helping us move, man. We trying to help. We want to all move together. Anybody, Jericho, Danny Boone. We went and worked with Danny Boone in rehab. There's a lot. There's a number of people, man. I know if I already started naming people, but I know there's plenty of folks that I'm gonna miss saying their names, but there's a lot of good people out there, man. Oh, Dusty Lee. I just did a show with Dusty Lee in Maine,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty's a dope motherfucker, bro.
Word.
Um, the Lax, even though they kind of stick to themselves anymore, they've helped us get in this spot. Me and Target both working with Dirt Rock. But what was the original question, man? This George's.
My bad, no. It was just basically like, how do you feel like, the social media and just like, the push that you guys are doing? Like, where do you guys see building the brand from? Using social media. Like, where do you guys see the music going from that? Like, how do you guys see that approach, and how is it helping you guys' music?
Just maybe building their own stuff. Yeah. That's it, man. I know that ACAL stepping up and co-signing us with how big his platform is truly, it's a humbling thing, man. That
Word.
dude, he didn't have to do none of that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to give a shit about working with none of us, man. I know that a lot of people talk a lot of cool sounding shit in music and say, I help people do this, I'm a good guy, I'm a nice guy, but they don't do shit when it really counts.
Right. And I feel like that's a part of the game too, unfortunately. That seems like it's a part of the rap game, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think it's a part of life, though, It is. It don't matter if it's rap or whatever.
Yeah.
If somebody at your job that wants to hold you down, they're gonna find a way to, man. There's people that's that's just the way it's gonna be, man. You just have to figure out what's gonna work for you.
Right. 100%. My next question for you, dog, is where did you find the skill set, right, to be like so animated and still have the ability to put the emphasis behind your rhymes while you're rapping? And I know we kind of spoke on this earlier, like you mentioned the likes of Busta Rhymes and Ludacris like that, but are those the only people that you pick those like that stuff up from? Like that's kind of helped, like for me, watch your creativity.
Man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, through the years when you're in there, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I was good.
Where you were going with that?
You was good.
Through the years when you're in there on the mic, man, like I remember when I started rapping, I used to try to get this deep voice. I used to be like, like I thought that was some gangster shit to try to talk real low and shit. And I'd hear it play back, and I'd play it for people, and they'd be like, "That's you?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's me right there." And like, I don't fucking. And I was like, "What? What's wrong, man?" But now, like, I got a buddy of mine I've known since like third grade, man. And when I did the Model Citizen album, which was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I got a song on there called "Best I Can," and I sent him, or he saw that video, and he gave me a call. And he's always been honest with me about my stuff, even in the beginning. Like he'd say, "Hey man, I kind of like this song, but then these other 2 or 3, I don't give a fuck about them. They suck or whatever." And I'm like, all right, well, he told me, he's like, listening to that, man, I feel like you have found your voice. And it's crazy for me to be, have recorded this long, and for him to finally say that. But it's basically just getting in there, man, and not being scared to challenge yourself to do different shit. Like now, I'm not even shy. I'll get in there, and if I'm gonna try some real high pitch acapella on a hook, or not acapella, falsetto on a hook, then I'm gonna try the shit. If we mix it down and it sounds like ass, then delete it. That's it. That's as easy as a delete button. Right. That's what I think. A lot of people's kind of scared to do that. But the animation part, yeah, man, watching Buster and Luda and all them. But I developed that because, like, I didn't really know in the beginning. I didn't start writing parts for me to do some of them stacks and sound crazy. I could do some of these low pitch harmonies or whatever it is, And nowadays, man, it's just got to where when I hear the beat and I write my verse or whatever, when I go to do my ad libs, it's almost become second nature. I know what I wanted to do in this part, and
right, And ad libs are key.
I'm just a fucking nut job, bro. Yeah. I'm just a fucking nut job, bro. I just do all kind of crazy shit. Some of the shit I send out to Target, I'm like, what'd you think about this? He's like, I don't know, bro. That might be a little too much. That might be a little too much, man.
And it's always like that from time to time, man. That's no problem with that, man. You got to stretch the limits with the music, man.
Yeah. I got a song right now I'm doing, man. And it is probably, I compare it to this, and even though he's this song's fantastic too, but it kind of gives me that vibe for some reason. Big Outkast fan, and I compare it to like an Andre 3000 Hey Ya type of song, because it's kind of got a boppy little vibe like that. And man, I sang this hook, and I did some crazy shit on it. And I got a bunch of different layers to it, bro. And I had it in my phone this weekend, and I was riding up to that show with Dusty Lee, and I was like, check this one out, man. I was like, it ain't mixed yet. Wait till I get these vocals done right. But listen to the idea of it. And I played him the hook and everything and the verse, and he got about halfway through the verse, and he was like, let me hear that again when it's mixed down. Because you can't tell what the hell I'm doing. I knew it was gonna sound like that. But,
just figure it out first. Like,
yeah. I don't think you can't be scared to challenge yourself and do something different.
Okay. Now, my next question is, and this is kind of still in regards to your album. So I noticed that all three of the albums and the compilations that you dropped and everything, you guys have had features that were very homemade, you know what I'm saying? Very in-house, trailer made exclusives and everything. Now, do you have like give me your 3 dream collabs that you would like to have on future projects, or, in general on a feature that you want to be featured on or have on your album? Are there 3 particular features that would be like dope?
You talking about anybody, dead or alive, or what?
Alive. We'll go alive. We'll keep it there for right now. Alive.
Man, I would say, being an Outkast fan, if I could get Outkast back together and do a song with them, that would be a dream come true.
Okay.
That would definitely be a big dream. But man, I really like Kendrick, bro. I really like what Kendrick does. I think me and Kendrick could make some really funky shit. It would be some different. I like how he kind of has a little bit of the Andre 3000 with the vocal shit that he does, the crazy little pitched up
the
stuff,
styles and the voices. Like yep.
Oh yeah, man, Kendrick's crazy good. And let me see, man. If I had one other person, man, I think Kid Rock is an amazing artist, bro. I know he's. I think his range is fire. Eminem's incredible. Yeah, Eminem's incredible. All the no-brainer people. Like, I definitely wouldn't turn down a record with Jay-Z or.
I'm about to say, I feel like Jay's coming up. Nas, yeah.
Yeah, I would never. Any of that. E40's still killing it. I think that Mount Westmore album they did. I think all them dudes are legends of rap, but I just feel like E40 fucking slid on that record so much, man.
Yep. You talking about that joint that was off Cube's joint? That Mount Westmore joint that was off Cube shit?
Mount Westmore, though, it was E40, Ice Cube, Too Short,
and Snoop Dogg. Yep.
Yeah. And man, it's like every record, and I talked to Bredwin about this the other day because he's a big Ice Cube fan. That's his favorite rapper.
He's in my top 10.
E40 too. And I was like, man, I feel like E40 killed the whole album. And he's like, I don't know, man. I think that Ice Cube did his thing on a couple, but man, every song, I got that album in the phone. I was playing it the other day, and it's like everything. E40's just wild, bro. I really liked him growing up too, man. I thought he was dope. 8 Ball and MJG was a big influence.
Oh yeah, yes. Man. I love MC8 too myself. That's my guy. I'm a big Sugar Free guy too, man. I don't know, a lot of people don't give Sugar Free his respect. You know what I'm saying, for the dudes out west.
Bredwin loves Sugar Free, dog.
Hell yeah, Sugar Free's dope.
I think Sugar Free says Sugar Free's hilarious, bro. He'll say something like, I spit my gum out over there. I told that dumb bitch not to step in it with a shoe, but what you think she did? Stepped in my gum. It sounds
my man did Dog Math, talking pimp game and Dog Math. Like, On My Way. If you ever heard that song, On My Way, I suggest go listen to that, dog. Like, he does Dog Math and pimp terminologies. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
You
out.
gotta peep
I'm
that
gonna check
one.
it
You
out,
gotta
bro.
peep that one for sure, dog. That's funny as hell, man. But yeah, nah, shout out to the West, man. I love, you know what's funny is being a guy from up north, man, and rocking with, like, you know, obviously being from Boston, a lot of people are gonna rock with New York sound and stuff like that. I'm the complete opposite. I rock with like your region, you know what I'm saying, down South Atlanta, and then I rock with like the West Coast heavy. So like my ears just different for like a lot of music. And I
Yeah.
think once again it goes, that's why I gravitate towards y'all so much, man.
Oh, growing up, man, Too Short was fire to me, and I used to. One of my favorite albums I had when I was younger was West Side Connection, bro. I
Oh, bow down.
Mac 10 and Dub C. Yeah, man, I had
Yes,
that. That
sir.
whole album was dope to me. I
Fire.
love that album.
And let me ask you, listening to the album, do you feel like that album was like low key just a straight diss track to like towards New York? It was a diss record towards New York. Like I feel like every track was like just straight diss in New
I don't
York
know,
because
man.
it was like all the critics in NYC bow down. Like there was a few songs in there where it was like, oh, they talking shit to New York right now.
Let
Like,
me let me tell you how I bet you that album would go to me. That album would go just like 8 Ball's Lost to me, and this is what I'm saying. I have not played that album in probably 20 years, much at all.
Okay.
But the other day, recently, I put in 8 Balls Lost and was amazed at how much just came right back out my mouth. You know, without me, stuff that I wouldn't even know I remembered. It's just stuck in there, and I bet if I went and put on that West Side Connection, it'd be the same way. I wouldn't even remember. I can't tell you. I probably can't rap you a verse off Bow Down right now, but if I put it on, I bet I could, you know?
The world is mine. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I listened to that just the other day. That is my song right there, man. I bang with that, man. That was a dope album. A lot of people, I think, sleep on that West Side Connection, man. I'm kind of upset that not Dub, but Cube and Mac got their differences, man, because I want to see them link back together so bad, bro.
Man, recently somebody told me that Mac 10 is really that dude.
Oh, yeah. Mac real.
You don't want to.
Don't play with Mac.
You don't want it with Yeah.
That's always impressive, man. Now, it's funny that we're talking about all the legends and like the top 10 stuff. Now, there's been a lot of Mount Rushmore conversations and like, there's just different Mount Rushmore conversations with everything. Now, it ain't going to be what you think it's going to be, but I do want to know who's on your Mount Rushmore though in general. Like, we can say like your rapper Mount Rushmore. Like, what's your Mount Rushmore looking like?
All right. I always know when people ask this, I always for sure know my top two are Tupac and Eminem. They just are. Eminem was incredible, and Pac was amazing to me. Big time influence. My top five, bro, it's really hard for me to not put Jadakiss in my top five. He is fucking incredible. Big Pun, Big L, both of them dudes are phenomenal. Reggie Noble is always gonna be mentioned in mine, bro. He is one of the best to me. Him and Method Man.
Facts, I was about to say, Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and Demi.
Man. And it's crazy how famous that line is now too, man. I remember when he said that, it was like, fuck, that's so wild. And everybody likes to say just Andre 3000 when they talk about Outkast.
I like Big Boy, dog.
Bro, Big Boy, they was like
yin and yang, bro.
Salt and pepper, bro. It's like you had to have them. You had to have both of them. And Big Boy did that Player Pimp Southern Savannah, Georgia rap shit better than anybody's ever done it, dog. He was like, I'll say it like this: if Georgia had a Pimp C, it was Big Boy.
It was Big Boy.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Do you think Big Boy gets enough credit?
Pimp C, it was Big Boy. Yeah. No, I don't think he don't get credit, but I think that everybody, including myself, I've been guilty of this, talks about how crazy good Andre 3000 is.
Yeah.
Because he is fucking, man, dog, just the way he crafted some of that stuff. I don't think people really understand some of the shit that he's done in some of the verses. It's nuts. It's insane. Right. I still catch shit from time to time with him on records he put out in fucking 1998. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, I didn't realize he was saying this right here.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's,
man,
it's funny. I still got to get privy to Andre 3G, man.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know about him?
No, I know about him, but so here's my thing. Like the regard that everybody puts him in, I'm like, I feel like I guess I never went into the deep cuts of Andre 3G's like, work. It's always been the mainstream, and I think it goes back to like, the South got something to say, and the way they marketed Outkast up here. You know what I'm saying? The way Outkast was up here was crazy.
Aquemini to me is, and that's probably why I like that record so much. I think that's my favorite hip hop album of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Aquemini to me was Andre's best album.
Oh, because, okay. Is that a solo?
The versatility. It's Big Boy. I mean,
it's
Andre
Outkast.
has his best parts. It's Outkast. Andre has his best parts to me on that album. ATLians was fire though too, and Stankonia was good. So if you want to go check up on what makes Andre, he's been great with everything he's done, man.
And everybody says it. That's the thing. Everybody says it.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't disregard it, but it goes back to like up here, people that the North wasn't, Boston wasn't playing Outkast like that. So it was like if I didn't hear, Rosa Parks or Rosa Smell Like Poo Poo, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, like it was going to fly above my radar, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it always goes back to like South got something to say, man. I always respect that. So I just need to get put on. I got to get taught. So I appreciate you putting me on to that. I'm going to give those a listen for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, bump that Aquemini album, and I'm curious to know when you get back, when we talk again or whatever, shoot me a message. Tell me your top 3 tracks you like on that joint. Take your time. You might even have to really with the way that album works, bro. Seriously, not even like overhyping it, but you might have to run it 2 or 3 times before you really realize which one sticks. You know what I mean? Right. Because it's that good. It's like like Bone Thugs East 99 album, man. Like you might bump that the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You might think you like Crossroads so much, but then you hear that Mo Murder or
Mo Murder, that's my shit. That's my shit right there. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
You might find something else you like. Yeah.
Oh, I'm very privy. It's just it goes back to like what you said earlier. Like when you go back and listen to a lot of old shit, and like you didn't realize what it was then, but then you go back, you're like, oh, this is who that was, or this is what that was. That's kind of how it is for me with like a lot of those like Bone Thugs and Outkast songs. That's definitely how it is for me for sure.
Oh yeah.
And
Bone Thugs, man. Bone Thugs was golly, bro. I think they just put something out again recently. I think they put something new out, but
okay.
Man, they're incredible, dog. That talent level is insane.
It's the harmonizing and the lyrical abilities, facts, and the double time raps and stuff.
You'll never have. Yeah, there won't be another Bone Thugs. Just like there won't be another Beastie Boys. There won't be another UGK. There won't be another. There's just some people you're not gonna be able to replicate. There won't be another Outkast.
That's a fact. Fact. Now I got 2 questions that kind of follow up. So it goes back to Bone Thugs. Now, did you ever hear that song Midwest Invasion with Bone Thugs and Twista? Have you ever heard that? And if you did, how did you feel about that song? And who you think had the best verse or like rap the best? Because I think at the time they was on that track because they had an issue about who rapped faster or something like that. I think if I'm getting the context correct. Yeah,
it was him and Busy Bone was trying to out rap each other. I remember the song. I can't tell you one single thing. I had to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, I would have to listen to it too, but
I remember I remember it was so much hype on that track because of that reason right there. Who was gonna out rap who? I think it was him and Busy were trying to see who could hold the title or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I had to go listen. I remember the Eternal Thugs with him and with Bone and Tupac, bro. That shit.
Thug Love was crazy. Yeah, I just listened to that the other day for the first time in like 20 years. But I like Notorious Thugs better than that one though. So like with the Bone Thugs features between the legends, I like that better, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Biggie. That's one of my favorite Biggie verses of all time, right?
I'm being dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So much smoke need oxygen.
Yup.
Yeah, he killed that.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Now my next one, we in the A&W. Like we almost at the end of it. I don't know how much time we got left, and I know I ain't trying to have you burning it up in the studio and shit, man. Because I've been there. So I ain't trying to have you heating up too long, man. I ain't trying to heat it up too long. But into my next A&W segment, man, is Bone Thugs and Harmony, right? Since we talking about them, or Cypress Hill.
For me, it's Bone Thugs.
Okay.
I didn't hate on Cypress Hill. I respect everything they did. I think they were dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
They had some of my favorite hip hop tracks of all time. I could never really get into their sound personally. That's just me.
Right.
That's just me. I didn't. You know what I mean? There's plenty of dope rappers that I think Nas is one of the best lyricists to ever touch a mic. I think I have numerous Nas songs that I love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever really just sat there and just bumped a Nas album. I know my New York people gonna hate that. I've never really it's just you know what I mean? I would just I played more like mystical, even though
I love me some mystical, bro. Yeah, with that wild stuff,
bro,
but I love me some mystical, the old school shit.
And to talk about me being animated, the man right here.
Yeah.
For me to be animated on the mic, that was he's one of my influences, like mystical, Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? I remember, man, Busta was so fucking crazy, bro.
Dreaded Busta was the one.
Bro, I was instantly a fan of Busta. I didn't realize till later on that he rapped with it wasn't a Tribe Called Quest. It was Leaders of the New School.
Yeah, Leaders of the New School. Yeah,
Leaders of the New School.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. My first introduction to Busta was Woo-Ha. And man, this is how I was to the TV as a kid, like this. I was like, who is this guy and what is he doing, bro? He did that. Bro, his flow was like, I just disconnect everything, I intercept the all that shit. I was like, that's crazy.
That's
bro.
A fact.
So him and ODB, but damn, I did it again, bro. What was the question was what now? What was the exact question? Beto, my bad.
Shit, my bad. I mean, shit, I've been drinking and having a good time and chatting it up, so I kind of forgot myself. But it was Bone Thugs and Cypress Hill. That's what it was. It was Bone Thugs and Cypress Hill.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I got off on all kind of shit. Yeah. For me, it's definitely gonna be Bone Thugs, man.
Okay.
Bone Thugs all day with that. Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. I agree with you, 75%. Right, 75%. I agree with you, but I will raise you another 25% on this if I ask you to change it with Cypress Hill based off of the fact that I feel like they took out West Side Connection. They battled Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Like, they actually stood the testament of, like, battling one of the best MCs in the game. And actually, in my opinion, I think they kind of won. You know what I'm saying? I think they kind of won. So, for me, like, because, like, with the sound, I'm like, yeah, I didn't really bang with the sound too much. But I'm like, once I heard that battle and I like disses and stuff, shit like that, I drew more towards them because of that. And I'm like, Bone Thugs is like a different category because I'm like, they're singing, they're harmonizing, and they're not battling like that. But I feel like when they did with the Twisted situation, going back to that, I'm like, oh, well, it didn't really impress me like that. And I know that was friendly and all wax, but I'm like, you still got to do your thing a little bit. So that's how I always separated it from me. I always looked at Cypress Hill as like the better group regarding that. If we're talking about rapping, that's all.
I never had a Cypress Hill CD growing up. Back then you had like the DJ Clue joints and the DJ Drama joints, and you had all the DJs
and P Cutters.
And I would have Cypress Hill joints on there. I remember Cypress Hill on the Friday soundtrack. Roll it up, light it up, smoke it up.
Inhale, exhale.
Like I used to love that. I used to love that. I used to love Insane and Remember all the stuff they did, man. They did
Rap Superstar.
They did a song with Eminem when Eminem was you want to be a rap superstar and live large, a big house, a nice car. And I mean they're dope, but I didn't really bump their stuff that much. Maybe I need to go back and get some really.
I'm hip.
Yeah.
And then the next one here, we still in the A&W world, man. We still in A&W world. So for mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? As far as mixtapes now, with the best, in my opinion, I think the best mixtape rappers out there were Lil Wayne and 50 Cent. Now, if you had to pick between the two, who you going with, 50 Cent for mixtapes or Lil Wayne for mixtapes, and why?
Oh man, damn! I gotta be Lil Wayne though because he's crushed them, man. 50
Yeah,
Cent's fire though. The only reason I would pick Wayne over 50 is I'm a punchline dude, man. I'm a
mm-hmm.
punchline dude. I like when rappers get clever with that, and 50's insanely sick too. But Lil Wayne, I just like some of the shit he done. Now that being said, I just listened to the Carter 6, and man,
Very
I don't
disappointed.
know, bro.
Very disappointed in that. And I'm glad you bring that up, man.
I don't know, man.
And you don't have to answer too much into this, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how that go, you know what I'm saying? But as a fan of, like, you know, listening to it, I feel like, are we in that weird stage right now with Wayne where, like, you know, I think a lot of people are saying, like, there's no substance, there's no growth. It still feels the same from, like, 2008, 2009. Like, it still feels like mixtape Weezy, which we always ask for.
I think it might be similar to what you said earlier about a label getting a hold of your creative control. I don't know if he's got any of that going on. But what a lot of people, I feel like a lot of rappers and things make the mistake of trying to recreate something that worked. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're trying to do that. And I think he tried to go that route with some of these tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, take the Big X to Plug joint, man. You should have just not tried to get all funny and with that and just fucking made it a Big X to Plug type of track.
Right.
Rode that shit instead of doing that squish shit, whatever the fuck he did on
I like
there.
to do dish. I like it when it squish. Yeah. I thought that shit was funny, but it brought me back.
Man.
And it's funny you say that because I think the first 5 tracks was like, it was good rapping from Wayne. And I think it fell off right around what we're talking about at that track, because after that, I think it was tough, because I feel like it wasn't really like a rap album. It was more or less a Rebirth album. It felt more like Rebirth, and I was like, this ain't really what I'm trying to hear right now. So I'm feeling you exactly on that.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm gonna go back and listen to it again. But my first impression, I was like, man, I don't know, bro. Yeah. This just don't feel as good as those other shit. But Lil Wayne is definitely one of the dopest rappers to ever touch a mic, bro. His old shit, and he's got that Real G's moving silence like lasagna.
Like lasagna.
One of the greatest. That's one of the greatest, one of the all-time greatest bars in my mind. You know, he's had a number of things like that. I'll tell you what, Lil Wayne is really good at doing. He is good at taking commonplace words and flipping them like I don't know, man. He might say something about a door lock and twist it up to where it's like he might say it, change the door lock to meaning like a dreadlock or so. He like flips it. He flips it to where it's like
he's a wordsmith.
Like little commonplace words. Yeah, he's really good with that, dog. And it's not like sometimes I feel like I write some shit where I'm way out in fucking left field with it, and I'm like, man, see, this will link to this. It'll be like, like fucking the Hubble's telescope and like a fucking toothbrush. You know what I mean? And my buddies are like, I don't fucking nah. But Lil Wayne's good about keeping it simple and flipping it, putting a spin on it.
Right.
But yeah, I think Wayne is still better on previous mixtapes than 50.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stand with 50 on that. And I think for me with 50, it's more the sounds. You know what I'm saying? It's more the sound, that New York sound, and it was the consistency of just being able to flow, talk that street shit, talk that shit that was more relatable, I think. And that's really what I resonated with 50 during the mixtape era. And I liked Wayne more or less like, I think, Dedication 3, No Ceilings.
Oh, well, wait a minute now. You got me thinking now about 50 did that shit with that How to Rob joint. That was the mixtape joint, wasn't it?
Yeah, mixtape circuit time, man. You know what I'm saying? Power of a Dollar. You know what I mean? Like, he had a lot, man. He had a lot going
Yeah,
on.
man, I ain't even. God, I kind of slept on that. I was thinking about like after his career kind of started the mixtape shit, but really he was
Yeah, no, before
he
that,
really
that
killed
mixtape
it with
circuit was crazy.
mixtapes too, man.
Yeah, man.
Still though, I can't say that Wayne's no ceiling shit wasn't insanely good.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, man. Fuck you, Beto. These shits are tough, bro.
You know what's funny is I have my man Uncle Ray say the same shit, man. It gets like that with them A&Ws, dog. It gets tough. It gets tough, man.
You know, I wasn't even until you just said 50. I totally forgot about that. How to Rob mixtape. I need to go back. I need to go get those old albums, him and Wayne's, and play them again.
Get a real assessment on it.
Now that you contradicted me there, you gonna make me have to go back. I'm gonna go back and revisit those, man. I'm gonna see if I can find them on Apple Music. I don't even know if they on there.
They might be, actually. They might be, no lie. And when you go back, let me know what you feel about them, dog. Let me know. Hit me up in the messages for sure.
I'm gonna go do a redo. Let me check that out again.
And then I got another one for you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You might be saying fuck me again. You know what I'm saying? I might be saying it again, but I got another one, which is No Limit or Cash Money.
I'm not gonna discredit. You know, everybody. I'm a big Pastor Troy fan too, and when Pastor Troy took No Limit to war, it was absolutely crazy. That's one of the craziest things in hip hop that went on. That story don't get talked about much. I did recently I saw an interview where Troy talked about how dicey those times were for him.
It wasn't so peachy and creamy back then. Yeah,
it wasn't just a rap thing, bro.
Nope.
It wasn't. You know,
it was deep in the rap.
Really bad.
Facts. There was real politics involved. I did my research on that.
Yeah. You start fucking with people's money like that, you fucking with global money right there. You fucking with real money.
Absolutely.
But I won't discredit what No Limit did, man, because Master P and them built a fucking amazing empire. But I liked Cash Money. I bought plenty of No Limit stuff. Yeah, this could be a FU BITO'S. And you asking me to pick sides in the same state too, so I'm definitely gonna get marked up when I go there about one or the other. I don't know, but man, you know, when Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys did on it, and BG, bro, with that Chopper
BG is my
City
favorite,
albums.
man.
Oh
yeah,
my
dog.
God.
Hell yeah,
bro, those Chopper City albums,
fire.
Yeah, Juvie with the G code and the 400 degrees was so fire, bro. That production back then was wild.
Fire. And the videos that came behind them, too.
I had a 15-inch speaker in my car, man. The box was not even big enough for it. I got it built cheaply or whatever. Man, I used to about bust the windows with that 400 degrees, man, because that shit was for me it was Cash Money. I got another quick story. I opened up for them in Statesboro, Georgia too.
Oh, that's fire.
And man, before they came in, they pulled up before they came in, they was like, all right, everybody to the side of the stage, get off the stage. Because, you know, back then, man, you used to get done with your opening act. You used to try to hang out and shit.
Right, they're like, get us out of here.
Like, I don't meet one of these motherfuckers. I have my demo CDs on me or whatever. Like, I'm about to give somebody a fucking CD right now. So they came up there and they was like, get off the stage. And so it was like, all right, fuck it. Let's stand right here on this ramp. It was a ramp to the stage. So I was like, yeah, we off the stage. Fuck them. So we stood there and we kind of sat in them where you couldn't really see that we was hanging out. And so Cash Money came on, man. And I remember the first dude that walked up was Slim. And he had this big Cash. That's the first time I saw like real diamond blasted jewelry. And dude walked up and he had the big Cash Money chain. I'm sitting there by my boys and I'm like, look at this shit, man. Look at this fucking chain, man. This is real life shit, bro. These are real rappers, dog. And it was the Big Timers, and Manny Fresh and
Okay.
came up, and bro, like 30, 40 motherfuckers came up with them, and they just filled the stage up. It went from being nobody up there. Slim like walked in, he like did the patrolling, checking out the scene. Okay, everything's cool, and then bam, it's an army of people on stage. They was rocking so much. I think Birdman had a girl sitting on his shoulders while he was doing his set, and Manny and them was up there. Everybody, it was when they had Gator Boo.
Oh, that's when it was popping. Yeah, this is like right after the Big Timers album too.
That shit was.
I got that working shit.
Yeah, they was like number 1 or 2 on TRL, and they was in this little small college town. And
shit,
bro, they had so many people that they had the DJ setup was on stage. They was making the shit skip. They was jumping around.
Wow.
So like fuck their setup. So they did like two songs. They did that one. Whatever, I can't remember the name of that one. They did that one, and then they was done. Birdman was like, yo, baby, we can't be up here with the DJ fucking up like this, man. Come on, let's get out of here. And they fucking left. They left, dog. And like, I know, like, no, I'm sure nobody was going to be like, no, sir, you're not going to leave.
Right.
That wasn't going to work.
That wasn't happening.
So, yeah, that wasn't going to work. But I just thought it was awesome to be like, you know, a foot or two away from real rappers with real jewelry and shit. I'm like, look at these dudes wearing like $100,000 fucking chains, bro.
That's funny. And all it did was inspire too. That's what it did. It inspired the hell out of y'all, man. Y'all done brushed shoulders with a lot of people, it sounds like, man, which is fire, man.
Yeah.
That shit is definitely fire.
You know, you do opening acts for people, and you know, back then and still now, you know, the guys come out that really do this shit when it's their job. They don't give a fuck how good you are as an opening act. You know, I don't blame them, man. Right. They're on the road. They're meeting 100 fucking people like you. Oh, you're a good rapper? Cool. Go out here and sell something. Make me give a fuck about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it never really, you know, you can try to shop shit to people. Hey, man, listen, I'm a real dope rapper. They don't care.
They got to see it. So what can you sell me? You know what I'm saying? You got to sell it, huh?
Yeah.
Word. And then,
yep.
And then my next question, man, and this might set you up again, but this is probably the last one of my A&Ws, but is it UGK or 3-6 Mafia?
I'm gonna go with man. You know what's crazy about the stuff you've asked, with the exception of the Cypress Hill joint? You've almost paired these up so much to where I bumped like these guys equally. But 3-6 Mafia, I'll say this: 3-6 Mafia was there when I was younger, and I didn't get into the UGK until like they'd already been established till later on. But going back, like the Riding Dirty albums, one of my favorite hip hop albums, and I've heard a ton of them through the years. I don't know what I've owned of theirs. Mm-hmm. See, man, that was a lot of the troubles too. Now looking back, I don't know. We used to burn all them CDs off Napster.
Napster, LimeWire, Kazaa.
And then you don't even know if it's labeled the right shit. Hey man, put on track 7 that UGK song. I don't know what album that was off of. You know what I mean? I had a whole fucking suitcase of burnt shit. I would sit there for hours and just get mixtape shit and underground rap shit from artists. I probably can't even tell you some of them. But man, long story short, yeah. It'll probably be fuck. That's hard. I can't do that, man. I'm not picking that.
I just stumped Cymple, man. I just got him stumped.
They both are fire, dog. I like both of them for different reasons. You
know? Word. Well, I've succeeded at what I've been trying to do. I wanted to get somebody to be like, nah, I can't answer this. So you did a good job. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I can't do it. If I gave an edge to anyone, I would edge UGK a little more because they have some of my favorite, like that One Day track. And recently, Brett, I think somebody corrected me on this because I always thought it was the Isley brother that sang that hook. One day you're here, baby,
Okay.
and then you're gone. You know what I'm talking
I know
about?
exactly what you're talking about, but that almost sounded like Ronald Isley the way you did that shit. But
I thought it was the Isley brother, but I think Bredwin. Bro, anytime I have a question about hip hop, I go to Bredwin. Bredwin knows MC Skipper Rock down the road. You know what I'm saying? This dude knows everybody.
He's like a musical dictionary type of shit. Word.
He's got a ton of them, bro. Every time I ride with him, I hear 40 rappers I never knew existed. And anyway, that's one of my favorite rap songs ever made. And what's bad about that is I can't even tell you who the feature. Actually, I can tell you the feature on there is a guy named like Mr. 431 or Mr. 421. I think that's his name. Fuck. I'm probably fucking that up. Everyone's gonna kill me. But that song is one of my favorite hip hop songs ever. I put that in probably my top 10.
Okay.
And that's a UGK track.
Yeah. That's dope. Now we're wrapping up almost just about, and I know you sweating up a storm in that motherfucker, so I am definitely not gonna hold you up too much.
I'm good, bro. I'm
you
good.
Know what I'm saying?
Sweating's good for you, man. Sweating's good.
This is true, man. Now, this is back into like, going into just what you put into like, your art and your work and just your albums and everything. And I know a lot of artists say that like their first album is their best album. So I guess I want to ask you like, what is your favorite album that you've released?
I used to say, that's funny, I got a copy of this right here. I used to say it was this one, the Bennett album. I used to say it was this one because that Backyard joint off 10 Pieces on there. And I got a song with the Lax on here, and I got a song called Clouds about my grandmother dealing with dementia, grandmothers, plural. And a song called Valley that's biblical. Anyway, I used to say it was that one, but I really think my favorite top to bottom work of mine is probably Model Citizen. I like that album a lot.
Okay.
I think I made a solid album when I made that one.
Nice. And what made that? Go ahead.
And that's even with me like recently releasing Underdog and and doing the Coldest EP and Grindstone and those were my most recent ones. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I still feel like that Model Citizen. Now I think Grindstone's got some tracks on it that got slept on. A lot of my shit's been slept on, but that's because I need to promote better and get more popularity, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that ain't my newest joint either, but I think that Model Citizen album was a solid product.
Word. Now also still on your albums a little bit. I had a question, and I was reviewing your album and I listened to like the whole thing obviously, but I wanted to know if there was a connection between the first track and the last track. Did you tie in all the loose ends with 500K plus Home? Because I felt like the hook was like finally a place that I can call home, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit and stuff like that, and it sounded like a journey that was like a tie into like what sounded like you were spending money and stuff like that in the beginning. I felt like I was reaching, but I wanted to know if there was any significance between 500K and Home.
500K, I just wanted to open the album up with a banger. I love that track. I feel like that track's got good energy, and I think I wrote some good punchlines on there.
Yep.
Plus, it's a brand new joint. So if people clicked on that album, I wanted them to hear my most current, how I sound right now. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So I put it at number one. And then Home, when it was released, I'm pretty sure that was the last record on the Higgs Field album that it came out on years and years ago. And it always feels like a good ending to an album. That's why I put it on the end originally.
It was a good end. I felt
like it belonged. Yeah, I felt like it belonged on the end of this one because all the other ones kind of have more energy than that.
And it's great. It's funny you answered that because I'm sitting here like, damn. I forgot it's a compilation too, so it's like I gotta remember that it's not like a whole album piece of compilation.
You know what though? Hey, you know what though? With you saying it like that, I don't know. That is kind of wild because it's like I start with the newest and I end with the oldest, and I don't think I even meant to do it that way. I don't think I even thought about that, but maybe subconsciously I did for some reason. I don't know.
Okay. It's all about that perspective, man. Maybe I unlocked something new.
Maybe you did, bro. Yeah.
Now, is there anything that you guys like you and Trailer Made got planned for the future for like the fans and just any tours that you guys got going on? Do you plan to ever come up north? Like if you was to perform like somewhere, like have you ever performed in Boston, for example? Like are you ever planning stuff like that to be in like major cities, so to say?
I don't know if I performed in Boston for in 2016 through 20, what was it? When did it start? 2013, I think, through 2016 into 2017. Me and Target toured all over the place with the Lax for a little while. They took us on the road, and we did a couple shows on our own, headlined a couple things here and there, and we went all over the nation. I was blessed to do that. I'm still grateful to them for those experiences. And I don't remember if we went to Boston. I know I've been up to Maine twice with the Lax. I know we went to Connecticut. I want to say we went to New Hampshire. I have a shirt in here with all the actual spots on there, but I don't remember. But upcoming things we have right now. I got some merch in here right now. I haven't put it online yet because I'm waiting because I want to bring it to actual shows, and I want people that have seen me live to be able to leave with something. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times that connects more than just putting something online and selling it all. Right now I have a limited amount, so I want to take it with me. We're doing the Redneck Rave. Also, the beginning of July, I think I have a show in South Carolina. Now, to answer your question about getting on the road and being up that way to Boston, I'm going to say it like this. Stay tuned, and we will see what the rest of this year holds.
Okay.
Because that's as much as I even know right now. So we're going to see.
Okay. Well, I think you still see me. You still see me here. Started acting up a little bit. We good? You good over there? I think it froze out on both ends. Yep. We good? Uh-oh. Think something might have happened. Something might have happened real quick. Let me know if we good. I see you moving over there, but I'm not sure if I can hear you, though. Oh, it's doing weird things. Hold up. Hold on, chat. Just double checking. Got a little weird for a second. But if you're back in, Cymple Man, let me know. Let me know.
Hey, can you hear me, dog?
Yep, I hear you now. Can you hear me? How about now?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. You kind of faded in and out a little bit, but I hear you a little bit. It's a little choppy on your end.
I think my phone got too hot.
Oh, that Georgia heat, man. That Georgia heat. We good now?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think I got you now. We good? You got me? You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, yep, we right back into it.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I got you,
Yep, we good. We back into it again. But yeah, man, I think as you were saying with Trailer Made and everything, and just the tour base, stay tuned, yeah.
this can be a big year before it's over.
Nah, and I'm looking forward to everything that you guys got in store for this year, man. I'm definitely keeping a close eye on that, man. I'm paying attention, man. I'm listening to all the music and catching up to everything that you guys is doing, man. And I'm just really appreciative of just once again, even connecting with you guys. You guys are a humble group of individuals, man. You guys definitely reach out to your fans and connect with your fans, which I think is fire. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of artists do that, independent or major. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something that's gonna 100% build your fan base. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's fire as well too, man. So
Thank you, man. We're grateful for everything y'all are doing to help us. Anytime you just commenting on something on IG or whatever, bro, I'm thankful to. And you're helping us support our music, dog, and we are grateful.
yes, sir. I'm here for the equal support, man. I think we all here to support each other, man. And most importantly, is just to get you guys' music out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And get you guys' brand out there, and also, build the brand over here, man. You know what I'm saying? So we, one hand washes the other at the end of the day, man. And y'all keep dropping that dope shit, man. Y'all keep doing trailer made things, and y'all keep out rapping each other because I know that y'all is competing every time y'all on them damn tracks.
Every time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
I think I need to come. I don't know if this internet. I don't know if this internet's fucking up or what, dog.
That's where I'm at too. I'm like, whatever it said, I'm like, I think the internet's messing up. I think that's the internet telling us, like, we might have to wrap it up. Whatever the case is, and stuff like that. But if I can get you back on to have a proper peace out, we can make it happen. But I guess the internet's telling us, like, it's like fuck this today.
Hey,
my dude, always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with it, bro.
Damn, it's crazy that this is happening on the outro. It's wild that this is happening on the outro right now. But I definitely appreciate you, dog. Let me try to minimize the screen a little bit and see if it's a little better that way. But 100% I appreciate you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely be reaching out in the near future, man. And I'll be continuing to listen to y'all dope ass records, man. And I'll be connected with Hard Target and Crowny and everybody.
Can you hear me, Bito?
Not really. I ain't gonna lie, not really. Not too much, man. It's getting real weird. It's getting real weird right now. But my guy.
Thanks for having me, dog.
Yes, sir. You know it, man. We'll chop it up for sure, dog. We will chop it up. Well, goddamn, it looks like Streamlabs got real weird on us, folks. Streamlabs got real weird on us for a minute, but that was a dope interview, dope chat with Cymple, man. Unfortunately, we couldn't end it the proper way, but I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it, man. I appreciate you guys sliding into the live, man. I appreciate you guys, coming in, chatting it up, man, and everything else. How'd y'all like that, though, man? You know what I'm saying? How'd y'all like it? We still here right now. That didn't end everything, but I think we had to end that because Streamlabs just got real sick. I don't know what happened with Streamlabs right there. But we was concluding, though, anyway, dog. But big shout out to Cymple, man. Good dude, humble dude, man. And I wish the best for his career, dog, and what he's doing with this music thing. And big shout out to Taylor Made as well, too, man. But how y'all doing tonight? Everybody good? Stoned, I do not stream on Twitch. I just be streaming on Streamlabs, and I be using the StreamYard joint, and that's really about it. I have a Discord, but I haven't really figured out the Discord like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks way too complicated, but I got to sit down and figure it out. Hazel, Kim, LC, Elena, I appreciate all you guys coming in here, man. I appreciate you guys all being in and enjoying the conversation on the couch, man. Hopefully I can get somebody else on here, man. Who do y'all want to see me try to get on to the couch next time? Because we are concluding this episode in this fourth installment of BITO'S Couch Potato Podcast, which was another great one, man. 103, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, he was telling me he was doing it off the phone. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk offline. Be like, yo, just download this thing, man, and use that. But but you know what I'm saying? I get it though, man. I get it. Yeah, the outro. I wanted that to be a little better, though. But Streamlabs, I guess they were saying our time was up, man. Our time was up. You know what I mean? It was what it was, though. But I love that conversation, man. That was dope. Big Dizo. All right, all right, all right. I gotta learn a little bit more about Big Dizo too, but I definitely want to do because I heard that song you dropped as well too, and he's actually the newest member, so I may want to hop on and chat with him as well too, man. Potheads, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hard Target, I'm definitely trying to get Hard Target on there. Yeah, let me get a nice little list, man. I got goals and shit like that too, man. I want to get some folks to chat with, man. So Hard Target, Dizo, Dirty. So it's funny, y'all. You know, I'm trying to get the trailer made. All the members, like I said, I'm trying to get trailer. We gonna do them individually because I'm like, I know I can only handle one person at a time. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I'm gonna definitely try to get in contact with all of them. Nah, it's Pearson KG Stone. Pearson KG. Crowny. Anybody from TM? That's easy work. We good. There's a lot of people I want to chat with from TM too. You know, so that ain't a problem. That ain't a problem. Yeah, I've been trying to work on the Millie's joint, man, for quite some time, man. I'm trying to get Millie's on here, man. I'm trying to chat with Benzino, man. I'm trying to shoot for the stars out here, man. I know those are long shots, man, but I'm definitely trying to have that conversation with Benzino as well because for one, I just feel like hip hop community be disrespecting Benzino as far as like his legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop opinion and rap opinion is one thing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with everything that my man be saying about certain things in regards to, you know, particular artists and everything, but I still respect the legacy and the contribution that he has had in hip hop. And on this channel here, we spread all that over here, no matter what the hip hop opinion is or what fan bases may think. I think you can learn a lot as well too when you have those conversations versus when you're super plugged in to strictly the music or you're so infatuated by the fan that you don't want to get into what the other person is about. And that's something that, you know, for me, I've always stood on. And I've always said this too. I think out of everybody that's battled with Eminem, I think Benzino does have the best tracks. And I'm not saying that ever because I want to really get him on this platform. It's because I've been saying that consistently for years before this channel, during this channel, and before I even had the idea of wanting to be like, I want to chat with this dude too. But, you know, and it's also because I'm from Boston and I know a lot about what Benzino has meant and what he's done in Boston as well too. So it's more of a Boston connection thing. And Millie's is just because I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying, as well too. Like, you know, I just respect his grind and I've been keeping up with Millie since like 2007. So I'm gonna say Gone, the rapper, he did a track with Shaq and stuff like that, right? If we're talking about the same Gone, he's dope. He's definitely dope. Yep. All right, we're talking about the same one. Yeah, that Eminem tribute was fire. That joint was definitely fire. I did that reaction too. As well, Stoned. I actually did that reaction. I did a few Gone reactions at this point too. I done the Eminem one. I did the joint with Tech Nine. I did his solo joint, and I think I'm at 3 because the rabbit hole stopped at that point. But y'all can definitely slide me some of those at this point too. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't really reacting tonight. We are concluding for the night as well because I got some videos and reactions that I want to edit and drop for y'all on the channel. throughout the week and tomorrow as well. But I'll definitely be back on live throughout the week and everything for sure. So I'm also trying to talk with Shoe Gang too. That's also on my bucket list of people I really want to chop it up with and really talk like that rap shit, because they even had those barbershop conversation songs as well out there. Like that's a bucket list as well too. Like, and I just love their rapping ability. So Shoe Gang is somebody who I'm definitely trying to chop it up with, man. Hopefully that happens in the near future, but we gonna keep growing and grinding regardless. You know what I mean? Because if they not banging with me now, they might bang with me eventually, you know what I'm saying? That's not talking specifically Shoe Gang. That's talking about anybody that's on my bucket list or whatever. Like, you heard the interview, you know what I'm saying? We was talking about it's manifestation, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to manifest that I'm going to speak with these people. And it's not even going to be on some weird shit or nothing like that. It's going to be on some straight, like, hey, man, I'm a stand-up, respectable dude. I ain't on no weird shit. If we are going to have the conversations, like, we can have adult conversations despite our opinions. And that's more or less for Zeno out there, you know what I'm saying? That's a Zeno message. I ain't going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Because I really do want to chat with that dude for real. Because despite my opinion in regards to just the Eminem and Zeno situation, which I would love to have conversation with that, but I feel like we ain't gonna have that conversation, which I don't care, because I think there's a lot more to his career than Eminem, and that's why I really want to talk to him as well. But yeah, OT 103 would be fire too. I've been wanting to chat with OT, but I know OT busy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these dudes be busy as hell. And at the end of the day, I'm just little old Beto on the couch, and they probably like, yo, who fuck this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? But they gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? All of these people will find out. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that all of these people that's wondering who I am and what I stand for and what I'm about, they gonna learn. They gonna find out, and they gonna see that it ain't on no weird sucker internet shit. And this is gonna go. This is gonna go. The conversations will be had. The talks will be had. We don't go for the viral click, super weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have real dialogue, real conversation over here. And I hope that message gets through to people like Benzino, people like Millie's, people like Shoe Gang, people on my bucket list. Maybe I gotta grow it a little bit more, because they're like, yo, what's your account? Because I know everything's about the numbers. So, if I gotta play that game, you'll see me soon. That's really what it is. They'll see me soon. I'm confident in that. Very confident in that. But yeah, I like what you guys are saying right now, man. Let's push for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best way to do that is to push for your boy Bito to get these people on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Not even physically, but on the live. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have the conversations. We do chop it up. I'm pretty sure if the internet didn't mess up, I was gonna go for another hour, because, like I said, we chatted here. It ain't just really like a whole like, oh, we can't talk, or the conversation ain't gonna go long, or it's gonna be weird. Like, nah, we gonna politic. You know what I'm saying? I got my questions, but with those questions comes conversations out of those questions as well too. So we want all those people here, man. We want all those people. Appreciate that, Stone. I can send the links too in the chat, but if you already gonna go ahead and go do that, that's easy too. You know what I'm saying? That's no problem. That's no biggie. Word. But yeah, man, definitely for y'all, man, hit me up on IG, dog. Yeah, no, OT be in my lives a few times, man. He definitely be in my lives a few times. He pops in, man. We definitely have connected on the live side of things. I'm trying to connect with him on a live, on a one-on-one, on a chat, because I really like talking about rap and hip hop and shit too, and just people's story and just their background and stuff too, because I think everybody has a story, and everybody's story needs to be heard. He mostly pops in the Southern reactors. That's crazy. I'm not a Southern reactor. I'm a Northern reactor. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy up north, man. I'm from the B, but it looks like he fucks with the being heavy though. It look like OT fuck with the being heavy, but Philly's kind of like right there, like right next to the border of heading down south, so it only makes sense as well too. So, but yeah, man, I think this is where we're gonna conclude, man. I appreciate all you guys sliding through, man. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be having some reactions popping out throughout the week, because I got a lot in stock. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of reactions in stock, so definitely be on the lookout for those. Hit the notification bell, spread the word, let people know about the couch, man. Send people over my way. If they rock with my vibe, they gonna hit the button. If not, we gonna keep growing, and eventually they might. But until then, man, y'all have a great night. I appreciate y'all sliding through, and this is the 4th installment a BITO'S Couch Potato podcast, man. And I think this was a good one, man. I'm glad to have my first artist on there. It was an honor having Cymple Man on here, man. And big respect to Cymple Man for coming on and taking the time out of his day to chat with your boy Bito. And I wish that intro or that outro would have been a lot smoother and better. But internet be internet sometimes, and I know how it should be on the phone because I had that same joint happen with Ray, dog. But this is where I conclude. Y'all have a great night, man. And I will be back tomorrow, dog. All right? We out. Peace.